What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we're doing another rebuild on Madden 21, and today we're doing a quote-unquote special Jacksonville Jaguars rebuild, and I can't tell if I'm going to do a 10-year, a 15-year, a 20-year, maybe it's just whenever Trevor Lawrence retires, the title, the thumbnail, something should tell you that future me has got it covered. But as of right now, I wouldn't be able to tell you. However, we have pretty much like 95% of the accuracy for the re-signings and the free agent signings, pretty much down to the T, specifically with the money as well. So, things are going well. It's like, oh, they did okay with their contracts. They weren't, the contracts they got weren't absolutely not so bad. And then I saw Rayshawn Jenkins. I get you need safety, but really? His money is a lot. Like, I think he's getting paid like, what, 8 to 10 mil per year, which is kind of crazy considering it seems as if over the last few years in free agency, safety wasn't super highly valued. As far as Madden goes, I don't think you need corner. I think in real life you could even debate they probably don't need corner, but I've seen a couple of mocks have them take corner in the second or third round, which is like, I don't know, I think that's greedy. I mean, unless you're going to move somebody's safety, I'm not really sure why. I mean, this team on paper has one of the better cornerback groups in the league now, so I don't know. And I know I'm probably being blinded by the superstar dev for CJ Henderson, but if you're going to take Henderson so high, I mean, that's kind of your guy for another season or two, right? I would say DT would probably be a bigger need. Maybe even a one linebacker, perhaps. Safety's obviously super high. O-line, you could definitely say that you need a tackle or two. Wide receiver, you paid a lot in free agency. They kind of like, instead of going for like one or two quality players, they kind of got like a lot of average guys, which, I mean, I guess, right? You got money, no one wants to join you. Sign a bunch of guys for some okay money. Taven Bryan, no thank you. No thank you. I don't think so. Once upon a time, maybe, when you had like 80 overall star dev, but those days are now gone. Obviously, we know what number one is going to be, or we should know what number one is going to be. If Robinson didn't shoot up in the good way on the team, I would have probably went Najee Harris in the late first, but obviously don't need him anymore. Wide receiver is not just like, it's not off the radar, but maybe it's off the radar a little bit. Tight end is something that's kind of high on my radar here with Brevin and Pat. I think Pat at 25 would be maybe a little high, but I mean, I'd be kind of down, though. I'd be kind of down. O-line, definitely up there. Darisaw, put him on the list. Slater will be gone, but, might as well. I mean, this team needs a lot, right? Like this, I mean, not a lot, but O-line-wise, they're not looking perfect. They're not great. And speaking of not great, the likes and subscribes, like actually, you guys have been killing with the likes, but the views and subscribes, maybe do one of those. I could put some like overlay on. It's like 50% of you aren't subscribed to the channel. You see those going around these days. Where it's like, well, what's up? Come on, man. You want to fight in the schoolyard? What's going on? This is gonna be a tough one. It's really gonna be down to who's there. Maybe even a Caleb Farley. Maybe the teams don't trust them anymore because of the surgery issue. Which, to be fair, it seems kind of big, right? Like a back surgery. It doesn't just like, it's not one of those things where it's like, he'll be fine, usually it gets worse and worse. I suppose J.J. Watt's kind of like, who cares, I don't care about my back. So I don't know. Well, I mean, we'll see. But yeah, we have him as a late first rounder now, but I think he's like pick 20, 22, so I don't think he'll be there for us. Morig, I don't know. I just don't think he'll be there either. But if he's there, he'll be mine. Okay, so we didn't get Adam Gotsis back, but, I mean, I can't do everything perfectly, and he wouldn't even have started anyway, so do what you gotta do to me. All right, so I got nowhere near where I wanted to when it comes to scouting everyone, but at least we know the one guy we don't really even need to scout here, because Trevor Lawrence is our guy. 77 overall hidden. True ranked talent for value is 6, which is a little iffy. This is pretty, consistent with what we've seen. 42 play action, though? Like, I don't care who you are. Like, you should at least be in the 60s or 70s. Maybe try to keep that overall low or something, which is, And that kind of defeats the purpose. I'd rather Kyle Pitts at 2. Oh, I forgot to do the trades, didn't I? Who cares? Caleb Farley went at 18. Darisaw at 20. Wyatt Davis at 20. Wyatt Davis at 20. Zach Wilson all the way down to 21. What a disaster this is. I might have to, like, go on to each team and then trade them to the right team. Like, I just trade the first-round prospect to each team and just clear the cap, I guess. I'd rather have the DT, but we do have 2 players here. We can't lose them both. And we have the choice at both Barmore or Morig. Oh, man, they need the safety more, but Barmore, I think you just go for what there's less of, which is just DT. Christian Barmore is the pick at 25. Will he be there? I don't know. He could be, there's many other teams that could take him. If Brevin's there at 13, I think that's probably where we'd take him. Holland is there. I mean, I feel like we have a lot of choices that we could just wait on. Like, freaking Dylan Moses. Let's actually take a look at linebacker because Schobert's actually not looking too hot here. He's kind of looking rough. He's 27, 77 overall. So that's the thing. In real life, I'd get rid of him like right away. Or, well, if real life was this game, I'd get rid of him right away. But I don't know, dude. Safety is a pretty big need, though. So we're going to take Dylan Moses and hope for the best. Hidden development, 71 overall. Super duper fast. I mean, I'm okay with it. Let's go to 13 and see if our tight end is there. I'm still going to take Brevin. I'm going to take Brevin Jordan, starting tight end, right out the gate. And then I think you move down a few pieces and hope that, the safeties last a little. We're going to take safety. Shaun Wade is the pick. And he's only normal, but obviously very high potential player. True talent grade 63. We took him at 63. Now the thing is, we dropped quite a bit here, down to the 4th round. Which Trey Hill is a guy, we can't leave the draft without some sort of lineman, right? Not that I'm saying that a center is like the craziest game-changing position of all time, but I would say we trade up to like the middle of the 3rd round because honestly, we didn't really get a chance to scout that much anyways. All right, we trade 97 this, 97 next, and 129 next for 79. Like, they got a little bit better value, probably like a 30-point higher in value. However, obviously, our pick is definitely, those are next year picks. So just going to be honest with you. I think we made a fair trade. As far as a lot of these positions go, a lot of these guys are expected to go higher than where they are still ranking. So I think the center, Trey Hill, will be our choice. Trading up for a center, I know. 67 overall normal. Gotta love it. What a pick. We've done it before. We've never let him develop. We probably won't let him develop again, but Anthony Schwartz, our favorite player ever to draft, who just never gets a shot, is our pick in the 4th round. I think that's probably kind of fair, right? Somewhere in the 4th or 5th round for him to go. And then we're going to take Odigizua in the 5th round, 66 overall normal. Might have a little bit of potential there. Pretty damn strong, in fairness. And the craziest part is that, like, all the linemen are already gone, dude. What a disaster. Everyone's gone, really. It's the 5th round. Is this what we're doing these days? And even though he had a terrible pro day, we're going to take a risk on Paris Ford. Normal development, really, 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 really slow. Who knows how fast he actually will be, because, game tape is a little different. I would imagine the momentum or the motivation to definitely do better was there after that terrible day. So, I don't know. Maybe we took a bust. 6th-round pick. Who cares? It was a 6th-round pick, right? And I know most teams don't like to trade their 7th-round picks, but we're not most teams, are we? No, we had 4 hiddens, actually. That was a really good draft, actually. Screw it. Lawrence, starter. Barmore, starter. Moses, starter. Brevin Jordan, starter. Shaun Wade, starter. Trey Hill, most likely starter. Starting kick returner. Backup. It's fine. I mean, we got a lot of starting talent. That's kind of the whole point, isn't it? All right, this is what the squad looks like for the first actual season of this long, long nightmare. DJ Chark is the starting wide receiver, obviously, with Chenault at the number 2 spot, Marvin Jones at 3, Dorsett at 4. It's tough because I want Schwartz at number 3, but like they paid Marvin and they paid all these guys. I don't know, dude. Offensive line, I really, really would have loved to get a tackle, and I think that's what they have to go for. But once again, you have to take the Madden aspect into things a little bit at times as well, because otherwise you can just do, make a mock draft on one of those websites. Boom, you're done. The overalls and devs aren't super great for the offensive linemen, specifically the tackles in most drafts. And even in real life, you can make that argument. It's very, I wouldn't say it's very rare, but it's not super common for an offensive lineman in the first round to just start on a team and just go absolutely ham. So normal development is kind of fair. There's just no way to dev them. So unless you know a guy's going to be star or better, drafting them is probably not worth it in Madden, right? So, we'll have to look at offensive linemen for the future. Obviously, looking at the defensive side of things, we definitely added quite a bit of talent. Shaun Wade is going to be a great player here, hopefully, for many years to come. Moses will be. Barmore will be. Love the pick there. Love Barmore being there. And, the team's not in a bad spot by any means. You'd have a couple of positions to replace, but overall, really, it's just mainly offensive line, and the rest is a lot of high potential guys to work with. All right, we have re-signing. Shark is a guy that, he's had a pretty decent start to the season. I think a 6-year 72 it's a little steep probably for real life, but for us, I like where his trajectory is headed, so I think we'll keep him. AJ Can. A lot of these guys will be let go, though, for sure. And, I don't really know of many of the other players that are going to be sticking around, to be honest. There we go. Finally a dev up. Finally a breakout success. There we go. Headed to playoffs, and let me tell you, a bit of a surprise as we get a freaking bye week. That's the wrong thing. We actually got a bye week at 12-4. Absolutely crushed it. Let's actually take a look. What was this? So easy, winnable, not that hard. Pretty easy, winnable, easy, winnable, but probably should be a loss. Winnable, but probably should be a loss. Same here. Easy, probably a loss. Winnable again. It's a tough division, but those kind of games are a real toss-up. You can never really tell. As Trevor Lawrence, I don't even remember if he had X Factor or not, but does he not actually have X Factor? Whoever made this class made him a superstar. The thing is, kind of doesn't matter because he's already going to be an X Factor anyways. Robinson was pretty good. Maybe he gets a superstar. Chenault will get to superstar. Chark maybe gets the superstar. O-line, not bad considering, our tackles are pretty rough. Allen, look at this. Miles Jack, hello? What do you want to stop? Allen crushing. It could be an X Factor. Should be an X Factor. Kicking Lambo. Yikes, actually. Kind of bad. Kick returning. Agnew was meh. I guess Schwartz didn't really get to play kick return after all. Lawrence wasn't the MVP. That's literally never... this would be another year where Russell Wilson gets cucked out of, award nomination because there's no shot. A rookie quarterback does what he did on the Jaguars and puts them as the AFC's best team, and that's not going to be better than Russell Wilson's 8-8 season. I'm sorry. It just isn't. It's just not going to happen. Rookie of the year for both sides of the ball. Quarterback of the year, no shocker there. Best wide receiver, best linebacker. Absolutely there's no way we're going to win a Super Bowl year one, right? There's just no way that's going to happen. 83 overall for us, 85 for them. We're not the craziest overall. It's just Lawrence got that magic. I don't know how he does. He just has the magic in literally every rebuild. Every single rebuild. Doesn't matter what class. He's just good. I don't know what it is about him. He just kills it. I don't know. Maybe there's something to do with, if you win Rookie of the Year, you have a better chance to succeed, maybe. And obviously with his higher dev and ratings than most quarterbacks and players, he has a better chance at winning it. I'm not sure. Maybe that, I don't know. 24 all, though. I know, we're technically not the underdogs, but roster talent we probably are. And what a clutch drive, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be overtime. And it's not looking good here. 3rd and 2, they stop him, but they go for it. I ain't gonna lie, they deserve to win the game if with that conversion attempt. They do get the first down, and they win the game. I'm a little surprised. That's clutch according to the game. Colin Kaepernick. Okay, sure, makes sense. That's the only thing that really sucks about them bringing back in the game is that he's a franchise piece and. Teams sign him. It's just it just ruins the the realisticness. Not that, there's a lot of bad things. I guess it doesn't really matter. There's a lot of unrealistic things with these, so whatever. You keep doing you, man. But it is annoying seeing him just join a team randomly, become the starter, and then just go God mode. And here we are with the Browns winning yet another Super Bowl. If we beat them, this would be like the craziest start to a rebuild ever, simply put. Just no arguing it. On the other side, you have Tampa, who got cucked out of winning it all in Sim. 7-all, 7-10, 14-10. Not looking too bad, to be fair. 21-10, 21-14, or 17, 28-17, 35-17. It's still not over, though. That field goal makes it hard on them, though, I will say. And there is no way. How? How is this happening? Lawrence just went off. Oh, my. Oh, my. Shenault. He's like the number one around here. Not even he's like he is the number one around here. Kill it in the regular season, killing it in the postseason. One of the greatest, actually, maybe even the greatest receiving performance of all time, debatably, right? I think that's fair to be up for debate, right? As I can't even see who made the Pro Bowl because we're not able to participate. Going up against the Cowboys, I'll show you guys. We didn't force any wins or anything like that. It's just, man, I don't know what to tell you. That's just, here we are. If we lose this would be like the weirdest. I feel like if this happened in real life and the Jaguars lost, anyone that like argues that the league is rigged, which it could be, I don't know. I don't think that happens anymore, but any arguments that the league is rigged probably need to be going out the window, right? Like, this is like the most obvious like underdog crazy story ever. So them not completing it would just be proof like, okay, yeah, I guess it is just random, huh? As it appears that may be the case. 7-14, 24 to, yeah, it's over. Cowboys have smoked us. That is so disappointing. And the worst part is like, oh, well, Trevor Lawrence is young, so it doesn't really matter. But it's like, yeah, but he was one away from having the greatest season of all time. Yep, the Cowboys denied us. The Cowboys, if anyone couldn't hate the Cowboys more, the Cowboys denied the greatest rookie quarterback performance or season of all time. I can't believe them. The world hates them even more, which is almost impossible. And they've done it. They've done it. Congratulations, Cowboys. You done it. You ruined everyone's life. Like, you legitimately could not have a better rookie season than he just had if he would have won the Super Bowl. But now it's just another year. Ooh, Chark did go up in Dev. That's a little interesting. Superstar, he gets Jukebox and Deep out. And then Shenault, obviously, if, Chark goes up, and he was going to go up. Short in and short out. All right, he likes it short, which, he's supposed to, he's not the fastest guy in the world. And actually, that is kind of his game, isn't it? Short route running is his game. Dylan Moses goes up in Dev. Allen doesn't, which is a little surprising. Wade doesn't. Not super surprising. But yeah, Moses goes up to Superstar. Miles Jack appears to go up to X Factor. This was a great season. Winning the Super Bowl or not, that's insane. Was he already X Factor? Wait. Oh, yeah, he went to X Factor from the first season sim. I remember that, actually. But re-sign and see if there's anyone we actually want to re-sign. It feels good to re-sign again. And I do not think so. A lot of overpriced people and a lot of players we just don't need. Pretty much all our backups in general anyways. Jair Alexander, don't need a corner. Don't really need a running back. What do we really need? We just need O-line. Orlando Brown, that's not realistic anymore, unfortunately. Love to sign him in rebuilds, but yeah, the Chiefs are definitely going to have him for the next 3 to 4 years, at least, I would imagine. Need a punter, J.K. Scott, probably a bit higher of an overall here than he should be. Ordori Jackson has a long-term deal in real life. Ronnie Harrison, Jenkins, they paid a lot for. It would make sense to go for Harrison. Just sucks that we're paying more for Jenkins than we would be for Ronnie on less years. So harsh. But, honestly, if you're not going to give us tackle, there's probably not much we can do in free agency, right? What's actually the situation with Jenkins? I would imagine, I think there was half the contract was guaranteed. And if you're smart, if you're the Jaguars in real life, you definitely front load it, right? Well, then again, you have the salary cap increasing highly next season, most likely, so I don't know. We offered on a few names. One of them was Deshaun Hand to play defensive tackle, and we got him. The rest said no so far. All right, so we have a couple of first-round players. Do we? Okay, we have a couple of first-round players, but none of them are really that much of a need. I think one of them, yeah, this person is kind of a like a DT type, so third round next year. I mean, it projects this to be 65. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm going to give him a fourth as well next year, which is a little high. All right, at 23, a position we probably don't even need, which really now is starting to like resonate with me. It's like, wait a minute. We don't really need him, do we? Could have just waited at 31 for this center who looks probably good enough to draft, or at least second talent, but once again, you're going for the, the luck. Yeah, I think we sold. How often do teams trade up and then trade down? I suppose it's not that bad. We get a third off the Bears next year, and then we move that fourth to a this year instead, moving down to 34. So we probably lost a little bit of value, but we moved it to this year. I don't know. Pick 2, if the center's there, Trevor Peters goes all the way that right there. Jesus, we would have reached a decent bit of heightness, right? We could have had him right where we were, apparently. I mean, you also have this other DT. There's so many different players here. Do you risk the center? Let's take a look at all our alignments. So early second, that's not bad. Early second, he's a mid-second, so it's pretty fair. A mid-third, okay, that's a little low. Late third, that's not terrible. And that's literally it. I think you got to take this guy. I mean, I don't know if he's built for tackle, but 6'4", 310, pretty damn athletic. I'm willing to do it. 72 overall, love it. Very talented. What are the parameters for us giving him a dev up? Because this guy looks insane. That is a W of... I don't even understand how he's only a 72 overall in general, by the way. I don't know if it's just because he's center, but other than speed, he doesn't have a single rating at 72. I mean, he looks great. He just looks a little slow, but we'll take him. 73 overall, Damian Caldwell. Not as slow as I actually would have thought. I thought maybe he would be like 85, 86, knowing our luck, but yeah, he's a pretty good player. He's definitely got a lot of potential. I'm going to take Dimitri Boyce. 75 overall, normal, and... yeah, I mean, I don't mind skipping on the other guy now because this guy's really talented. Looks like a really solid player. He even has aggro catch at 5 foot. Was that 8? Was that? I mean, 5'10", 5'11". Screw it. We're going to take Trevor Sharper. Screw it. I said screw it twice. Yeah, I mean, he's not bad. Not bad at all. And now my middle linebacker. I don't know why I said it like that. My middle linebacker, Tommy Lamb, is there. We're going to go to pick 10, and if he's still there, we're going to be trading up for one final time. I might have to start just like cutting these types of things out of, like, especially the longer videos. Is that too much? No, that's not even enough, really. In real life, probably not. I might have to start cutting some of this stuff out because it just takes so long to edit it. And more importantly, it's going to be a lot of extra minutes onto each video. This Tally guy is really hard for me to pass on. But Tommy Lamb could be a start. I got to go Tommy Lamb. He looks way too good not to grab. 69 overall, normal, and... I mean, he definitely looks a lot worse than his projections were, but, I mean, he's still pretty good. All right, year 2, looking pretty fresh. I forgot Lawrence actually got up to Superstar X Factor because he apparently didn't start with it in this guy's class. Sleight of hand, give me inside Deadeye. Roaming Deadeye, give me pocket Deadeye. Set feet lead makes sense. Comeback. Gunslinger's obviously OP, but I would say, yeah, comeback's fine, and then protected. But yeah, offense looks pretty decent. You got a good running back. Receivers are pretty decent. Got a pretty good, you got a tall guy that can get downfield quickly. You have Chenal, who's just a god-tier route runner for us. And then Boyce, who's a little bit of both. Brevin Jordan, he's decently fast. Looking at the defensive side of things, safeties, they're young at least. And then, hopefully they can get going. Obviously, Caldwell has a lot of time. He's young. Cornerbacks, pretty decent. Henderson hasn't really developed super great yet, but 82 overall superstar. He's like 24 probably. I accidentally clicked Allen, who needs a contract. Probably going to be like 20 mil per year. 23 for Henderson. What are you even worried about? It's a good squad. I mean, if we were 12-4 last season, you'd like to think at least 10 wins, right? Hey, I put in a lot of work and I'm finally seeing... What do you mean, finally? You're already a star. You're better than our freaking free safety. Resign time, my boy James Robinson. He's getting that contract. He's getting... I could bet on him to be good till 31, but I'll just give him a 6-year. Allen, not actually asking for that much. I think this is going to be a 7-year deal. 7-year deal, 120. Seems good to me. Josh Lambo really didn't play super well, so, I'm only going to give him the 1 year. Definitely deserving. Oh, come on. He's the one giving demands. Of all the people. Of all of them. Oh my, obviously Norwell will give a contract too because he's only asked for a 1 year, whereas Linder, maybe we think about it. 2 year, nah, we'll do it. I know I just gave you guys a seizure, my bad, I didn't mean to. Hopefully you're fine. Sidney Jones. Jawan Taylor actually has been kind of a bit of a surprise for me, so I'm willing to give him a 5-year deal, actually. He's done all right. He's done all right. Cam Robinson now. That's a little pricey for a guy who just has not lived up to the hype. We'll probably put our new center who played right tackle for this, backup right tackle for the season at the number 1 spot at left tackle and hope for the best. It's a bit of an ask, I will admit, but we'll do it. All right, head to the playoffs. Looking like a pretty good season again, and it is a pretty good one as we go 12-4 yet again, and we get the bye week yet again. Division's still looking pretty good. It's just, we're winning. We're doing better than everyone else. I didn't really get a chance to look at all those teams, but I've seen a couple of tough ones in there. It wasn't like the easiest schedule in the world. Another really good season for Lawrence. Another good season for Robinson. Boyce at the slot position, crush it. Should go to star. He actually had a chance to go to star, and he choked it. Yeah, good decision to let go of Robinson as he gives up 19 sacks. Love it. Sean Wade looking pretty good with tackles. Got a couple of guys looking pretty good. Sack totals lacking, but 9 sacks isn't terrible for Madden Sim, I suppose. Kick return, punt return, Agnew and Schwartz. Agnew really hasn't been worth the money just yet. He hasn't, didn't get paid crazy amounts, but, it's still something. And he hasn't really proven himself. Lawrence, best quarterback award again. Man, this would have been one hell of a start. It's still a hell of a start to his career, but Super Bowl trip and win it would have been nice. And then, have a chance to repeat would be sick. 88 overall to the 84 overall Jets. Of course, they should still have Fields. We traded him over there. And let's see. You never know. Browns win the matchup against the Chiefs. Whoever wins this one gets to lose to the Browns. When we beat the Browns, I thought that was it. I thought we were golden. We were easy. I know the Cowboys are pretty decent in sim, but they're not as good as the Browns. No one really is, and we were the ones that beat them. And, basically handed the freaking win over to the Cowboys, as this is a very close matchup against the Jets, which is something I would not expect to say, but that's the case. Huge drive there, clutched up, but so did the Jets, unfortunately. Speaking of clutch up, the defense does. Offense is driving down. Don't tell me we just didn't kick the field goal. Don't tell me we ran out of time, as the kids say. Yeah, here's the one. That's the one. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? We decided to pass it with 2 seconds left when the clock was stopped. My favorite. All right, whatever happens, happens, and we do win. I want to kind of see the game stats and all that. Oh, wrong one. All right, so we could see that Lawrence went off, and we just smoked him. I'll take it. It was going to be overtime. Or was it going to... Yeah, it was going to be overtime. That's literally tied, so what's more tie than just a fair sim? Nothing. We win. Going against the Browns. Let's see if we can do it. The Browns are not the easiest team to beat. That's for a factoid. Let's see if we can do it again, though. Back-to-back seasons. Not a bad start. 7-0. 7-3. Still 7-3. 7-10. Similar to the last game, I believe. 10 all at half. Okay, I think we had a better lead than last time than this one, but a lead is a lead, which is gone now. 20 all as they're driving down perfectly. And there's nothing we could do to win yet, but we could go to overtime, and we have a shot at it with an interception. And Jacksonville is headed to the Super Bowl back-to-back seasons. What are the chances? What actually are the chances? Lawrence is just a god in sim, I'm telling you. There's just no stopping this guy. He's just too good. He's just way too good. And that is, that's pretty much it. Can we do it? Super Bowl. Back-to-back trips. 1 out of 2 isn't terrible. It's fine. It works out. Still pretty good, believe it or not. And this time it's against Seattle, which, Russell Wilson's pretty glitchy in sim, but definitely could have pulled a harder team, so we'll take it. Boyce is hidden development right now. No other devs on offense. Defensively, really, Shaun Wade with over 100 tackles doesn't go up in dev. Although we do see Barmore does, which is a massive upgrade. That is not an easy position to upgrade at all. We're going to go with power move just because, getting to the quarterback gives you more XP anyways than just, run blocking or run stopping, I suppose. As Henderson is now a very high overall. Did Caldwell go up at all? I mean, obviously, we've seen him go up. He was already star, stayed star. It's still okay. Shaun Wade, though, not really developing the way I'd like, but let's see. 89 overall to the 86 overall Seahawks. I don't know how the team is doing as well as it is. I guess it's just goated. Going to the end of the game, Seattle with a nice start so far. We get 3 back. Defense does its job. We're up 3 now. Definitely better than last game, though. James Robinson with a huge rushing touchdown there. And, man, this has been a barn burner so far. Second half, we are up 4. We have a lead of 11. Seattle won't go away, but the defense is not messing around, and the Jacksonville Jaguars win the Super Bowl. Lawrence is off to one hell of a hot start to his career. Back-to-back Super Bowl trips. We kind of choked in the Super Bowl the first one, but this one, we get the job done, and we win it all. Absolutely insane stuff. I didn't actually check Trevor Lawrence's number. Hopefully Jacksonville had number 16 open. I'm trying to think. I don't think they would have had number 16 taken, right? Let's see, who was the MVP of the Super Bowl? Had to be Lawrence. He just crushed. No, it could be James, actually. Come on, show it to us. And it is James Robinson, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. Massive rushing touchdown. Absolutely crushed it in that game. See the podium. Where's my boy Lawrence, the man that made it all possible? Well, besides me, of course. I'm the guy that made it all possible. He's just the guy that, he did okay, right? Number 5. Ugh. All right. Definitely better performance by Mr. Lawrence. And we had 3 rushing touchdowns, so hey, not bad at all. Defensively, any crazy numbers? Josh Allen with a sack. Moses with a pick. Moses has been a very good pick, though. He's done very well. All right, so we're at the re-sign period now. I think we've pretty much agreed that we're just going to leave all these guys go to free agency. They're just not worth the money. Which I suppose does leave a little bit of backup positions mainly free. 43 mil to work with. We could make the team, really solid. I think we should, maybe we can probably just put Dillinger at left tackle, but maybe look for a lineman in free agency. Receivers look pretty set to me. Defensively, cornerback wouldn't hurt, but honestly, I don't really know what you need. Even Schobert's getting back up in overall a little bit. I guess you draft for the future and then maybe sign a free agent tackle, if there even is one. To be fair, it doesn't really look like there is. It looks like another really weak free agency class, and overall, just like a year we just save our money, because, honestly, what does Brian Bulaga really add to the team necessarily? Yeah, we might just, pretty much forego free agency as well. Free agency we literally did nothing on, and for the draft, there's really not a whole lot for us to take. I'm really going to just be looking at what position is likely to be replaced soon enough. You have the center, I guess, maybe. The highest guy we would have is the free safety. Everyone else is after, so let's go to 32 and see if we want to take the center or the linebacker. Once again, I think lineman's probably the bigger immediate need. Actually, we probably need him, right now. Norwell is, 82 overall, needs a contract. I believe Linder will be on that list soon, too. As far as linebackers go, though, Joe Schobert, what's his contract? If he needs a contract this year, I might have to go that middle linebacker. He doesn't need one yet. Miles Jack is a guy I would like to, just go back to middle linebacker if he doesn't mind, because I just do not... we might just replace Joe Schobert now anyways. Middle linebacker, DeAndre Merle, who's a late second projector or mid-first center. Yeah, we'll take the center. Screw it. Paul Doherty. What can I do? Everyone's normal. Actually, that's a really good decision because we have Benji, was it Boss, did that say? He looks all right, too. We'll probably take him. All right, Mr. Benji Boss looks pretty decently fast. Early second talent. Could be a really good steal. 71 overall. Fast. Got a lot of potential. Is that good enough to replace Joe, though? I don't know. We have a free safety here who's a mid-first projection. Our free safety, Shaun Wade, really hasn't developed. They had this guy they said was bad. I mean, if he's bad, why would I want him? Safety that could potentially play corner. Nah, he's way too slow to play corner. I'm going to risk it on Patrick Morton. 75 overall normal. Apparently we're correct, but that speed is really rough. I have no idea what we're going to do with him. And then apparently our next pick is in the 7th round. This draft class was really weak. I'm not willing to... I know I'd say maybe in real life they'd probably trade down in the 3rd or the 4th to try to add some more to the team. But I don't know. I just didn't like it. Wide receiver, why not? Darrell Warner, pretty trash. And we don't have a punter on the roster, so Reed Weber, who is hidden dev. I didn't even get to see his freaking ratings. The only hidden development player we actually grabbed. Mr. Weber, what's that kick power? 88 kick power, 60. I mean, I'll take him, I guess. Interesting to say the least, I'll tell you that. What about that free safety? Oh, yeah, pick 7 overall. The Broncos, didn't they take another Heisman-winning safety? They're just like, screw, we're going to take them all. They ended up with only a star. Okay, that's kind of a sell. And then here's the middle linebacker, Merle, normal dev, don't matter. It's only year 3, yet we have the chance to go for a 3-peat. Trevor Lawrence is an absolute animal as a 97 overall, looking really good. Break sack and play action, yeah, who cares? Actually, to be fair, his play action probably should be around 80. It's probably a little cheese to upgrade him now, but it'd be what it be. I'm going to do it. Of course, it does make him a 99 overall, but still, it'd be what it be. O-line left tackle's looking a little rougher, but, I mean, it's a sick-looking offense, skill position-wise. Defensively, we move players around. Miles Jack is the new middle linebacker. Moses still at left out, and then Schobert at right out for probably, like, maybe this final season. Shaun Wade hasn't developed, but he is only 23, and then the corner's looking pretty damn good. So we'll see if we have to re-sign, but the team looks sick and probably could do it again. I guess we're going to the Super Bowl 3-peat. We're trying to. We didn't obviously win 3 in a row because we lost the first one. All right, so Miles Jack, a 4-year, $62 million deal seems good to me. That's what we're going to do. Chenault, quite a bit of money, but the man has been absolutely lights out. You just don't not sign him. I don't know, words, I guess. Shaquille only wanting a 1-year deal, though. Like, why? You could easily last 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 years. CJ Henderson, this is going to be a little bit more costly, but, here it is. We got money for the moment. Lambo, we'll give him another 1-year deal. He's still really solid, but after that, I don't know. Deshaun Hand, he's a good overall, but you can't keep everyone. Chason, how has he played? I feel like he's been kind of 50-50. Yeah, he had 1.5, 7, 5, 3. I think we're going to let Chason go. I mean, he's okay, but, like, I don't know, dude. I don't think he's been good enough. I really don't. Agnew's really just been non-existent. Pretty much everyone else we're going to let go, I think. Shaun Wade gets his dev up. About damn time. And here we are headed to the wildcard round, and what do you look at that? 3 straight years of a bye week. This time even better than before, as we are now 13-3 rather than the 12 wins. And was the other one 11? I can't remember. Lawrence, is that 1-1? Oh my god, this guy's insane. Trevor Lawrence is absolutely crushing it. James Robinson's pretty decent. Boyce is a superstar. Chenault could be an X-Factor. Chark could maybe be an X-Factor. Brevin Jordan was good. I mean, this entire roster just went ham. Dillinger, I mean, he wasn't even that bad comparatively to our previous left tackle. Greg Robinson, I believe, was that who we had? I'm pretty sure. Chase on at 8.5. I mean, that's not bad, but like 10 per year for a guy that's been pretty like inconsistent, like we said. I don't know, dude. It's not worth it. Let's take a look at the awards real quick. MVP as expected. This man is killing it. This guy is literally like the greatest of all time. Best wide receiver for Boyce. Lawrence is well on his way to becoming the GOAT already, right? Like, he's been to 2 Super Bowls in a row. Obviously, we're pretty much favorites. I will say, though, because we're going to be doing this long-term, we're only going to look at championship or better in-game. Of course, we win the game anyways. Chiefs 89 overall to our 92 overall. This still is going to be a tough game, though, obviously. Like, I feel good about our chances, but this is not an easy team to face. This is probably the second worst team to face, other than us, obviously, and the Browns. Let's take a look. Can we do it? Not a bad start. Defense stopped them twice, it looks like. We scored once off of it. 10-7. Defense is trying, but offense is really not helping them out too much, as it's 10 all at half. 13-10. Come on, Jacksonville. Do better. Do better. Thank you. Up by 1, now not up by anything. And this is going to be the three-peat canceled. Three-peat trip is gone as we just completely choked in the championship round. Like, that just wasn't even close. And unfortunately, once again, it's never Lawrence's fault. I mean, I guess maybe he didn't play risky enough, didn't put any crazy passes in there that they needed to hit. But, I mean, he didn't throw any picks, didn't fumble. I mean, can't really ask for too much more. Chiefs versus the Cowboys in the bowl, and the Chiefs win it. Let's take a look if we had any dev-ups. Watch Chase on. We'll go to Superstar now. Chenault goes to X Factor. Boyce goes to Superstar. Chark does not go up in dev, but that's fine. Energizer, it's a pretty bad ability, but I don't think it really matters too much for us. Wrecking Ball, that actually kind of makes sense. He kind of is trucky. Like, I mean, it doesn't make sense. Grab and smash, maybe. Where is it? And then defensively, was Shaquille only Superstar before? He was, wasn't he? That's a clutch upgrade, I ain't gonna lie. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good. He's asking for even more money as well, 13 per. We'll let him go. We'll see what happens at free agency. We could probably keep Norwell, but nah. All right, so I got Cesar Ruiz in free agency. There really wasn't a whole lot going on that we needed. Trevor Lawrence has an option, and I've decided to pick up that option. As far as Barmore, I'm going to say yes and no. We'll just re-sign him if we can afford him. And as far as this draft goes, we actually probably will be looking at DT, and I think a pass rusher in the second. I tried to trade up with him. It said for our first this year, a third this and a third next wasn't enough, and they decided to just take him anyways. I don't know if I want to go for this middle linebacker. It looks pretty good. He's falling kind of hard. Where is he? He's like right here. We just added him. He looks really good, but like, I don't know, dude. And he goes anyway. I'm going to just go to 30. Screw it. You know what, screw it. I'm actually going to take a full first round from the Browns next season. A first, and was that a third? I'm willing to take that. We actually made it all the way to our pick without even having to trade up. We have both choices here. Albury, who's, pretty decent, 6'5" and all that. This guy seems like kind of like a dual threat. He's like big. It's tough because, he's got dual styles though. But he's mid-first though. Do we just like take one? And if my brain is telling me Albury. 72 overall. I want both. Let's see if I made the wrong choice or not. Maybe they were both trash. Okay, so Lafferty was way better. How is the speed in Excel so different? Obviously, Lafferty is the guy we are going to be starting, so there's that. There also is a center. I mean, it's not like a huge need for us, but he looks pretty decent. If we can try to keep next year's picks and move up for him, but if he goes, he goes. I'm not really sure what I want to do here. So we give him Linder, 94 and 126 this year for pick 10 in the third round, which puts us all the way back at the 6th round for our next pick, which I believe we are going to use. We probably should have went for this corner. We should have went for the corner. Can we give up a 2nd round pick for that? I'd probably be willing to do that. Owen McBride is our guy. Hopefully. 72 overall normal. Another okay lineman, pretty fast. Just... is it going to be... we can't go to the Colts. They're going to take him, aren't they? Okay, they didn't. I think it's worth the trade-up. Let's see if it was. In theory, he was. He was definitely a good player. He'll be our plug-and-play number 3. So we get a next-year pick for our 6th-rounder, and then we go for a fullback that's projected mid-second talent. He's kind of just like a slow running back. My favorite part of the draft had to be the fact that we drafted no hidden yet again. What was your favorite? So here's the DT we were going to go for. He's normal dev. It be what it be. And then Archibald, who is also normal dev. Love it. And this is the free safety we're going to go for, but we didn't really need a free safety. He's a little bit faster than I would have thought. I think this was the guy. Actually, I'm not 100% sure if it was, but I think it was. And his dev is star. It be what it be. Yeah, these drafts just haven't been really that great for us. All right, another year. Let's see if we can repeat the repeat. I guess we kind of choked it last season, but receivers are insane. Brevin Jordan's kind of getting to that. He's only 24. I feel like we're so far into this, but we're just not. Are we going backwards in time? I feel it's so strange. I don't even know. But Ruiz is like our best lineman now. I don't know when that happened, but that is just unfortunate to say the least. How old is he? That was a good signing. I think we paid him like 12 per, but yeah, that's a good signing. Robinson, So good, yet not superstar, and we need you to get to superstar, buddy. Schobert, we just kept on the roster. We'll let him play his career out here, or, after the season he'll be gone. It's a good team. Same old. We'll get there. Holy crap, holy. That's not a pass rusher, but EA can't tell the difference. Dylan Moses will be gone. I will not be paying him that money. That is too much. Maybe I re-sign him or do a tag or something. Barmore is getting less offered to him, and he's a pass rusher. But okay, sure. Sean Wade, that's a very favorable contract. That's a sign. Trey Hill, he's not bad. How good is he? Trey Hill he's decent. 10 mil. I'm gonna let him go. I think we're just gonna run out of money because we're gonna have to pay. I guess to be fair, Lawrence is already making the money. Yeah, we'll re-sign Trey Hill. Why not? We'll re-sign him. Really? Okay. All right, headed to the wildcard round. I'm going to be honest. We did clutch up. We sold. Okay, maybe we didn't. A little close call there. But we sold a bit. We were like 3-6 at one point, but we clutched up. We went 9-7. Oh, we probably only made it because of our what is it called? Division being trash. Look at that win streak. You can see here that the Colts, they kind of choked it a bit. Texans, they kind of choked it a little bit. They won a couple, lost a couple, won a couple. Weren't as consistent as us, at least right when it mattered the most. Trevor Lawrence is a god. There's nothing else to say. He's just a god. Robinson probably not going to get it again. Chark should go to X Factor. Chenault, X Factor still. Boyce didn't really have that great of a year. And then Brevin Jordan, if he didn't get a dev up the other years, I highly doubt he'll get one there. Allen, 17.5. If that is an X Factor, I don't know what is. Barmore, decent numbers, and then the rookies, not so great. Yeah, pretty average stuff. MVP again, though. MVP, my guy. Absolutely crushing it. Best quarterback, best wide receiver, best D-line, best DB. We usually get about 3 or 4, and that continues here. Of course, if we're not in the championship, we're going to sim it. We win. This is probably going to be a rough one, though. We win that, too. Okay, back to the championship round. This team is crushing it, dude. I don't know. I don't remember how often the Jags make the Super Bowl, but this could be an example of EA maybe not being favoritist towards Trey Lance as a Patriot. Interesting. Could happen, actually. Towards the good teams, the predestined teams, predetermined teams. So, obviously, here we are selling hard, but this game's not over. Game's over. 28-13, 35-13. These types of sims happen a lot, by the way. I don't know why. It just does. Yeah, now we're coming back. Well, okay, it's actually doable here. This is insane. Is this one of the greatest comebacks ever? Not even one of. It's like, is not the question. It's definitely one of the greatest, but then we choke it. Imagine doing all that and then still losing. That would be so painful. I know the team has had a little bit of success over the last couple of years anyways, but that would be painful. Lawrence gets outplayed very badly by Lance, and, the numbers are... the numbers really say that we should have won, and we just didn't. Lance is just a little more accurate. Patriots are indeed in the Super Bowl going against the Panthers, and the Patriots do win. We're apparently a 96 overall. We are about to lose some players, but Chark, the X Factor, my guy. Come on, Robinson, please. Please. Defensively, looks like Caldwell goes to Superstar. That's going to be an expensive contract that we probably won't give him. Superstar dev with Reach Elite and Medium Route KO. Reach Elite's a little interesting. Allen, X Factor, my dude. Love it. Momentum shift. Ooh, edge threat's pretty nice. Unstoppable force, probably the best to get. And no other dev ups, but it's still a pretty good dev up season. Pretty decent result as well. Just didn't get the job done. Sucked at the championship again. Dylan Moses, we gave him a 1 year 20. It wasn't working out. We'll see what they offer. I think the tag's going to be very expensive though. 21.4 mil. That is a hard player to let go, but you can't afford everyone. Linebacker, we've had a decent bit of success getting and developing, drafting and developing. So we're gonna do it again. That's pain though. We have 30 mil to work with, and we didn't go for Moses. We would have been broke. And everyone's like, "Yeah, you're expensive." Oh, look who I found in free agency. too expensive, but it would be pretty sick, wouldn't it? Samuel Cosme, superstar. Cosme is superstar in this class. That doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense, but I guess here we are. I'm going to let our pass rushers develop. I don't think we should spend... Oh, we didn't finish getting Trey Hill. We're that broke? Oh, my. You know, I mean, I guess, like I said, you can't keep everyone, and it appears that that's true, because we lost 2 starters, and we only have 30 mil to work with. Sweet. All right, paid for a backup middle linebacker. I mean, I suppose, you know, got to start somewhere if we can't draft someone halfway decent. All right, pick 28. There was a DT there, and he is still there. We also have a linebacker and a safety. Ooh, actually, what do we need first? I think the safety who I want to play at corner is probably the first to go. So we're going to take Landry Grant, 74 overall, normal. Probably could play corner, probably will be the guy that we put at corner. Tremont Blackwell might be having a super steal, and it is 78 overall, super block-shedding god. I love it. Which it could be a reach, but I'm going to take him. Austin Durbin, hidden development trade. Finally, is that the first hidden we've had in 3 drafts? I love it. I love it. I mean, especially the position that's not really that hard to dev. I love when that happens. We're going to take a quarterback, mid-third quarterback, 56 overall. Love that. Dev is star. I mean, it's very unlikely to have anything above star. Regardless, all the players, if any of them were our player, they weren't very good anyways. All right, the team's changed a little bit. The offensive line seems to keep getting worse. I think my controller was like dying there. The big difference was defense, though. Obviously, we had to get cheaper. I mean, we got in. Oh, Henderson's an X factor. That's actually. Oh, my controller might be dead. Superstar X factor. I might have to replace this because it's like not having it right now. But this is what the team looks like. It looks pretty damn good. Obviously, there's missing a couple of pieces here and there. What team isn't? But there's a lot, especially the most important positions, a lot of insanely talented players. All right, we got to resign some expensive players. Trevor Lawrence being the guy. Oh, my God, that's so expensive. You just can't let him go, though. He's literally the one piece I will not let go. 7-year, almost 270. Boyce. I think Boyce you keep and then you let go, especially the money. He's not really asking for all that much. I got to pay attention to all the other ones. So safety is replaceable. Receiver is replaceable, but one as good as him. I think you'd rather just get rid of Chark at that rate. Shaquille Griffin. I mean, Caldwell's good, but he's not a corner, you know? He's a slow safety. Well, like, not that slow, but yeah, he is pretty damn good. He's 6'4" as well. He's like our Cam Chancellor, but without the weight. You can't keep everyone. I'd think 2 elite corners would definitely outweigh 1 elite corner, 1 elite safety. Right? Like, you can lock Mofs down. Absolutely lock Mofs down when it comes to 2 good corners. A good safety can only do so much if the corners around him are terrible. So, I don't know. I think that's fair. Another sell of a season, and this time we cannot salvage it. We go 9-7, but we miss the postseason. I suppose we need a couple of these so the video is not 4.5 days long, but it's just not a team that should be missing the playoffs. I'm sorry. I don't care who you play. With Lawrence, he's too good. He's just too good. He's a glitch. Robinson still isn't superstar, even though you know what? I don't care what anyone says. I really don't. He deserves superstar. It's... How do you have all these 1,000-plus yard seasons in a row and not... I mean, he's like... I mean, I wouldn't say in the Hall of Fame, but he's on the Hall of Fame watch at this rate, right? 6 1,000-yard-plus seasons, 7, 9, 8, 9, 9, 9 touchdowns, averaging, almost 5 yards per carry in his career. He's a superstar. He's a superstar. I don't know if I would say X Factor, but he's a superstar. Boyce could be an X Factor. Chark, how old is he now? Whenever he needs a contract, we will let him go, but he has been very solid. Brevin Jordan could go to superstar, which would be massive. Blocking was actually pretty good, so I'm a little surprised that we, with a season like this, how are we not making the postseason? I don't get it. Lambeau was good. I don't even know. Did Lawrence win MVP again, by the way? Oh my God, with this guy. Is that 3 straight MVPs? Is he just doing the impossible? I love it. Niners-Browns, winner. That one is the Browns. Take a look at these dev ups. Brevin. Damn it, dude. Really? No dev up for Brevin. We have 3 X Factor receivers. How do you have these receivers and you're, oh my god, my analog stick or whatever, something's causing things to happen here. Yo, what is this? Is this me? Well, time to get a new controller out soon. That's great. Durbin goes up to Superstar in his first year, so that's a great start for us. Might be looking for another pass rush. We obviously need a safety. Roberts, I believe, goes to Star. So, I mean, we're in an okay spot. Not in the greatest spot, but we're keeping the God Squad as alive as physically possible. Oh, we're about to lose our left tackle as well. That kind of sucks. -$5 million cap. I still wanted to see who's here. So our guy headlines the free agents. Kind of a weak class, right? Like, I mean, our kicker's like a top 10 prospect for free agency. Lyle Felix. Man, having a guy like Lawrence making the money he's making is just so hard to work around, but you have to pay him that much money. He's the most valuable player in the league, and we may extend this. We may, hello. Yeah, I think my left trip. I mean, I'm literally holding right on the analog stick. It's not going. Pitts, is that you, buddy? I'll put him on the list. Obviously, we're not really going to draft him unless somehow he's there and it's the best available pick, but it's interesting to say the least. Late first talent. Late third projected, so take the risk there. Hold up. Oh, like all my players are gone. What? I had a corner that was a late first. He must have just went. Oh, no. What a disaster. I mean, we have a middle linebacker that looks really, really good, but I just don't think that's a big need. I just don't. Like, he's insane, but, like, I don't know. I mean, we have a bunch of fifth-rounders. And, oh, man. That is not good. Let's go to, like, maybe pick 10 in the second round and get a first run, if we can. Do I want to take the safety? He looks pretty decent. Yeah, we'll risk it. Danny Clay, and what am I supposed to do with this? Like, it's just so average. It is so, you can get a player that is just that good in, like, the fifth round. I don't even know. I keep drafting safeties. It makes me sad. And then this one is a late third. Probably willing to take the risk at 17 just because he's projected high. But we've seen that doesn't always mean a whole lot. Darren Rose, we need a lineman. I'm willing to risk it. And, of course, another normal development mother-freaking lineman. I'm going to lose my mind. I'm forcing one of the devs because I'm going to take the center as well. And if neither of them have hidden, I'm taking one of them and I'm putting Star. Nobody told me what the parameters should be for us forcing devs. Give us a hidden. He's not. He's intended to be a steal. He's getting freaking Star dev. I don't care. Getting sick and damn tired of drafting for linemen that we need, and you don't get a damn dev. He'll land a single hit, and I can't wait to see the players that we wanted to go for but couldn't get. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope. Oh, wait 1 second. Actually, we got to change the center to Star. What a disaster. The corner I wanted must have been this guy. 76 overall, Darren Hilliard. Definitely not a bad guy, and he would have been a pretty good developmental piece for us. Conrad Maury. I thought they drafted a quarterback like a couple seasons ago. Henry Sykes, very, very solid, but obviously normal dev, and we already have guys that are better than normal. Wonder what any of these guys are hitting. No. Oh, that's a sick-looking player. Was that the guy that was red projected talent? Mike Jennings, Star. I mean, even then, he's only a Star dev. A normal left guard at 3. Normal right guard at 5. This is the Pitts clone, kind of aggressive possession. It's not bad. Another year, another sadness, because the team starts to, we're holding together pretty decently. I wish Brevin Jordan would get to Superstar, though, because, the age is catching up a little bit, kind of. Looking at the offensive line, that's where we're really dropping. The right side's okay. Left tackle, he's going to be gone. The new center will be here for a couple of years. McBride will be gone soon. Lawrence is a god. The receivers are insane. Defensively, Miles Jack is on contract for 1 more year, I believe. Griffin might be gone after this next season. Grant, who is supposed to be a corner for us, is now actually playing strong safety. I mean, it's definitely a lesser squad, but we're still balling out of control. So, I mean, we should never have missed the postseason, so I expect to get back there at least here. And speaking of the devil, there he is, Star Dev at 10k XP on top of it. Resignings and overalls don't look too crazy. Punter, Reed Weber. Oh, yeah, we don't even need a punter. We've got about 21 mil to work with. Is this the year we finally say, hey, Shaquille, it's time to go? Or what do we do? Do we actually, you know what? We can make his career last longer. Let's move him to safety after the season's over, maybe? I don't know. Because he kind of plays the safety. Look, he looks insane as like a free safety. I'm going to get him the 1-year deal, and I think we're going to move him to safety and draft a corner, or move the safety we got now at corner. So we'll do something, though. Not that he's not a good corner. I just think that long-term it'd be easier to re-sign him as a safety, and he'll probably regress less as a safety. We've got a couple of names here. I mean, punter's probably not that important, but it's a pretty good deal, so we'll be down to $6 million. We need to replace... I thought he wanted more. We need to replace our left tackle. This guy really never was a starter. He's okay, though. We need a new left tackle, and that's pretty much it for this season, at least. Okay. I mean, I'll take it. Okay. We're ahead to the playoffs, and we are back. We're back, and everyone is fearing us. They are scared. They're shaking in their boots. I mean, even the coach, no one can see him coming. No one saw it coming. Let's take a look at the seasonal stats, though, or, win-loss. Kind of rocky in the middle, and then we closed out, as we usually do. Didn't really do the last season or two, but we're back. We're back. Trevor Lawrence is always back. His picks are a little higher than normal. Watch, now Robinson's going to get an X Factor. Boyce is already an X Factor. I mean, the team's just balling. Team's balling as always. O-line, the numbers are pretty similar to no matter what team we field. Lafferty's okay. Roberts has been playing pretty well. Allen's been really solid overall. I don't know why I clicked on him. Pick totals are pretty low, but that's pretty expected. Jimmy Phillips, the rookie, was bad though. No MVP this time. I mean, still close though. Lawrence absolutely crushed it. Probably best quarterback. No, Lawrence. Okay, I guess maybe not. Best wide receiver. We still had a hell of a year. Can we get to the championship game and beyond? Baltimore, the MVP. We had the number 2 guy for MVP. We win going up against the Bengals, and we win. Man, we have some record for the playoffs, don't we? Lawrence has got some record. One of the best playoff performances ever already. It's insane. It's insane to think that, but it's true. So many deep runs with him, and we have another chance here going against the Chiefs in the snow. Don't know how ready we'll be for this, but you gotta come out and play. 7-3, 10-7, 10 all. Halftime, that's a close one. 13-10. Somebody's going to have to score a touchdown, and it's us. No, they score a touchdown back. We're up by 4. The clock is not going away fast enough. Come on, Jacksonville. Clutching up a touchdown here would potentially do it. Up by 8. The Chiefs can't do it, and we're back to the Super Bowl. Been a little bit of a drought. Nothing crazy. Still kept the team pretty much intact, and here we are returning to the big dance. Good game for Josh Allen. Kicking was good. The rookie was pretty damn good there. Super Bowl bound. Who's it against? Something tells me Seattle again, and it's the Giants. Interesting, to say the least. The New York Giants, 8-8. Apparently the home team. We're at 97 overall. They're an 88 overall. They still have Daniel Jones. I don't know how well he's played, but I can't imagine he's much higher than like an 88 to 90 overall at very best case. Second quarter, we're down 3. Massive 3 points there before half. They start with 7. That's not looking good. Come on, D. Defense does it. Offense has got a chance here. Let's slow the sim down a little bit. We're kind of blazing too fast for my eyes. And I don't know if they still have Saquon, but whoever the running back is just went off. We score the touchdown, but 1:30. They have plenty of time. They don't do it, though. A penalty on the defense. Oh, maybe it was just glitched. We see that a lot. 3rd and 3. That's bad. But they get the first down anyways. This is destiny. Have they done it? They have. Jacksonville is back on top. Trevor Lawrence gets it done again. Of course, a sick roster, obviously, as always. But Trevor Lawrence is just one hell of an animal. This man's going down as the greatest. I don't care what anyone says. He's going down as the greatest. The worst part is I don't see myself finishing this rebuild before the draft comes out. So, we'll see about that. Maybe I post it on Sunday instead. I don't know. We'll see. But okay. I mean, hey, I will take it as, that's 2 now. 3 trips? 4 trips? I don't even know. But Lawrence still wearing number 5. I didn't want to change him because there was a reason he was number 5. Somebody had number 16 at the time. And more importantly, he's been crushing it at number 5. So, I'm not going to change it. It doesn't look very appeasing. But when you're as successful as he is, I don't really care what the number is. I don't want to change any magic voodoo. And honestly, I can't be bothered with how long the freaking repetitive intro that we've all seen 45 billion times is. As we look at the performances, Robinson was very... Actually, Robinson had a long run too, which is a little surprising. I don't know what Robinson's overall for speed is now. He probably, jumped up quite a bit. He started with 86 or 87, so I imagine he's a bit higher than that by now with all those upgrades, right? I mean, one would assume. Chenault has 4 upgrade points. I mean, I guess we'll get him to... Okay, yeah, okay, never mind. Let's actually take a look at any dev-ups. Watch it. Okay, James Robinson doesn't. He probably would have went to Superstar this season, but he wasn't good enough to go to Superstar X Factor. Very good truck. How is his juke and spin not upgraded? What are these abilities? Evasive's pretty sick, but I'll take Bulldozer now. Thank you very much. Let's take a look at Mr. Chenault anyways. He's got to be a lot faster than he used to be as well, right? 90-91, very sickly. That is just filth with all those freaking abilities as well, or traits, I suppose. DJ Chark, speedster. Pretty damn good himself, not bad at all. And then Boyce, he's got to be very close to 99. 96 speed, 97 excel. Freak of nature. Release is a little on the lower side, but he's still a beast. 27-year-old Brevin Jordan. Look at that. Catching, 98 catching traffic. 88 medium short route running, and an 84 deep. Defensively, I suppose we could probably take a look at Henderson, who's got to be pretty maxed, right? 99 man, 97 zone coverage. Catching never really went up. Miles Jack is probably going to regress, or already has regressed. Still really, really, really solid. Gotta love him. He's a freaking monster. And we'll go on for another season. I mean, it never ends. So we're negative 10 mil this time. I'm not sure how we're going to get down on that, but I suppose we'll see. We trade DJ Charkoff, who is on his final year of his contract, to the Buccaneers for pick 26. I mean, it's similar to the trade with the Eagles and Dolphins, but instead of them getting a potential, maybe top 20 pick, they get the pick this year instead, but only 6 spots, and they get a full first-round pick. I mean, I think that's probably fair. I don't know if I want to go Conway, though, because you have these two guys. They're not as athletic, though, and you can work around the athletics. You can't work around the slow players, so yeah, we'll take the guy with the speed. Conway, hidden development, 75 overall, decently fast. Something tells me he's only going to be star. Nah, I think he will be superstar, actually. I think we'll make out on this one. Okay, pucker up. I mean, there's really nothing else to it. Trey Madden, late first. See, he's the only decent player. He's 6'8". I'm going to take him. And he is hidden. This is a win. About freaking time. Is this going to be our starting left tackle? Or do we have a left tackle? I think we need a left tackle. I think we have no one there at the moment. We couldn't go to free agency, obviously. Here he is. Kerry Trammell. Ugh. Skip the combine. Obviously, he's very fast. I mean, you'd still be pretty sad about it. The only safety left is Mr. Tribble, who I didn't think was as good as the other one. And interesting enough, he is hidden. But once again, positions like safety, linebacker, wide receiver, not the position that really matter too much for getting hidden development players. Conway, who is probably the biggest one, because, we don't have a good pass rusher outside of Josh Allen, and we have a good pass rusher outside of Allen. All right. It's a starting right end for us now. Trey Madden, come on. Another X Factor. Haven't seen an X Factor lineman in I don't even know how long. I couldn't even tell you. Come on. Show me the money. No, it's the contract. Yeah, star. He's still really good. 6'8" as well. We had a safety. The chance of this guy being higher than star are literally astronomically low. Put him at strong safety, I guess. Oh! Okay, never mind. All right, so we have our rookie left tackle in. Everyone else is, looking all right. Offensively, we have a new number 3 wide receiver, Marco Curry. I don't even remember when the hell we got this guy, but he's 28 years old. Not looking too great. But you don't really need 3 wide receivers, even though that's what we ran for many years. I can't believe Roberts has developed so well, though. We gave him like a 5-year deal, I believe, on like really cheap money, like a 5-year 15 or something. And here he is just balling out of control, just god moding. Why would he have spinner? Is he did they develop him as a pass rusher? Not a pass rusher, so something like run there, the reach elite, I guess, kind of. Even that's more pass rusher like. Definitely a lot more like hit-ins and star or better players. Oh, look, they're twins. But yeah, I mean, okay. We can, if we won it last year, we should be able to make a pretty damn good run again this year. All right, another OG of the team could be on his way out. We can actually afford Miles, and he's looking all right. Jawan Taylor has been a really good part of the team. I'm going to give him a 3-year deal. Maybe should even give him a 4-year. Should have traded Lafferty. I don't know if it's too late, but he finally gets good, and we replace him with an X Factor. It's so harsh for us and him. Patton can be replaced. I know he's super fast, but I mean, you can't afford everyone. Linebacker like Miles Jack, I think, is worth re-signing on that 2-year. And hell, I mean, I'd be willing to give Shaquille yet another year. That X Factor, Dev definitely helps these guys last as long as possible. Once we re-sign them, we'll be down to about 13, 14 mil, which will probably put us around even for when we head to the off season. Headed to the playoffs. I have no idea how we did, and we went 11-5. All right, so no bye week. It's been a while since we've had the bye week gem. We should have had it. We lost the last 2 of 3. Wild card round against the Raiders. Trevor Lawrence has just been absolutely lights out. And Robinson finally X Factor. Oh damn, Chenault looking like a boss. Killed it. 1773 with 22 touchdowns. That's even better than that one Jordan guy we had in our Jets like 15-year rebuild. That's insane. Absolutely crazy. Conway, kind of a modest rookie year, but that usually happens. Jimmy Phillips, we must have been just scoring touchdowns after touchdowns. He has like no field goal attempts. Another MVP for Trevor. He's just insane. He's absolutely insane. And all right, let's see it. Wild card round against the Raiders. And we lose the first game. Let's go to the Super Bowl, see who wins that, and then head back over to that game and see what happened. Jets, speaking of, against the Buccaneers. Did Chark win another Super Bowl? It appears he did. It appears that kind of sucks. But nah, it doesn't kind of suck. I wish him the best. But for our game against the Raiders, Lawrence is pretty good, but Jamie Newman was just better. Rushing, Robinson with 100. 109 for Jacobs. Pretty similarly built teams, to be honest. Very similar, actually. Renfro, Chenault, kind of similar-ish, I guess. Boyce, Ruggs, very similar there. I know I'm forcing this really hard here, but Darren Waller and Brevin, not even close to the same, but I thought I'd bring those names up and maybe trick you. Kicking, we just lost. Simply put, it was a close game at least, but yeah, it's kind of harsh. So unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to re-sign Lafferty or trade him. I mean, we got a chance to re-sign him, but obviously we're on the broker side. But more importantly, I wouldn't even want to re-sign him. We have that position filled, but we never got a chance to re-sign him. We have a lot of really good players here that are being let go, but there's only so much you can do. Ew, look at that speed. But we'll be headed into the draft shortly here. What are our draft picks? Once again, it's pretty obvious at this point. I would imagine that you guys know I'm not getting this all done in one day. So we're missing a 3rd and a 6th, but we have an extra 4th. Okay. Not really missing much there because Denver's 4th is actually pretty high. But I would assume you guys know I'm not getting these done every single, I'm not getting this all done in one day. I'm doing this every other day pretty much. So I gotta get a little warm up. Okay, where are we kind of situation. Left guard seems like we could replace. So really, I mean, we're in an okay spot. Maybe number 3 corner's fine too. There's really not much we need to do, honestly. Of course, we have about 5 mil, nothing really to work with, but you can take a look at some of the free agents. Nothing crazy. Lafferty, no contract offer. This is beyond scam city for him, not us. I don't really care. And are these guys like brothers? I mean, that's interesting. All right, so one of the better prospects in the class would have been Woodley, who won the Heisman, but we are not in the business of getting good players, it seems. We have Nolan Logan, who looks pretty decent, but I don't think there's a reason for us to trade up because there's also a tackle. I'm not saying Woodle's the greatest I've ever seen, but they mentioned him they said his IQ wasn't super great, but he's a very good football player. So in my mind, that does mean bad dev, but I've seen a lot where they say something like that, but the guy still has hidden just because he's been talked about. There's a lot of other options, so I'm just going to move to 24, and we'll see what happens from there. Logan goes right there, so Colts kind of cuck us there a little bit. And yeah, I mean, it's down to the middle linebacker or the tackle. It kind of comes down to what we need more. We need a left guard, but I think we have that left tackle that can move over to left guard. What's his name? It's not Jawan Taylor. It's Darren Rose. He's pretty fast. He actually probably could play that position. What about linebacker? Jack, I think we gave him a 2-year. We might have to pay Durbin soon. Realistically, I think it's about even for what we need. I think both of those would be very similar in need. This guy's talent grade's a late second, but like I said, they talked about him. I think I'm willing to take Woodle and hope for the best. And you can hope all you want, you don't get the best. So we trade 56 and 120 for 45, which we will most likely be using on a running back. They talked about this guy being, was he very fast? I can't remember what it was. I think it was. I think he was very fast. Mr. Rayshawn Ramsey. Oh, no, off-season weight. He gained some weight in the off-season, but he obviously looks really good still. The middle linebacker's still there, surprisingly, which is a little, I don't know how that happens. We also do have a corner, but he's kind of looking iffy. I suppose the running back is one of the bigger needs because obviously our running back is 30 years old. He's getting up there in the age, so Rayshawn Ramsey looks like good value, and 77 overall normal. I think that's pretty good value at the age of 21. If he ends up becoming a really good player, turns his normal dev into like star, superstar, X Factor, he could be here for a decade, so I think it's worth it. Let's move on to the next round. See if there's anyone worth trading up for again or not. And talent is decent. Mid-second talent is decent. Good power move. He's probably going to be another one of those like random normal devs. And yeah, the strength's a little low, but it's not a bad pick by any means. Spin move's a little interesting for a power guy, though. And then we're going to take a guy that's kind of slipping a little bit. He's a deep threat. Mr. Raekwon Harrison, 22 years old, 6'3", pretty fast. He's not a bad pick at all. For the draft recap, obviously we didn't have a single hidden development player because that's just the way we roll this rebuild. We are going to take a look at some of the players we missed. Nolan, I don't know if I would have actually committed to him, so I'm not sure. Nolan, whoa. I forgot he was a combine skipper, so yeah, that's a bit of a bust. I think they want you to use him as a pass rusher, right? It says coverage linebacker, but he has spin move, and he's not super fast, not athletic enough. And then we'll take a look at the middle linebacker. We missed out. Everyone else, though, we really didn't, there really wasn't much we could have done outside of that. I believe this was the guy, McCord, right? Normal dev. Good player. Very interesting that he has spin, swim moves. Very good. He's a very good player. That's a user that you would not want to miss. Because he has really good jumping. Well, maybe not really good jumping, but he's really good catching. Decent jumping. All right, here's the squad. We have Ramsey as the new number 2 running back. Could be the number 1 at some points. I don't know when Robinson's going to need a, contract or when he's going to regress, but he should be here for a while still. Curry, the number 3. We definitely need a new wide receiver soon. Chenault does have a lot of upgrade points, so even though he is getting up there in the age, he should be able to counter that with those upgrades. Brevin Jordan, we need that superstar, buddy, because that regression is going to be tough. If he can get to superstar X Factor, he could be here for another 7 or 8 years. But obviously that's, to be said or to be seen. I don't know why Ruiz isn't at right guard, but whatever, I guess. And then looking at the defensive side of things, everything looks pretty damn good. Blackwell, be nice to get him a dev up. Grant could make to corner whenever we need to re-sign Griffin, assuming he regresses hard, which he should, because Tribble is a superstar that we drafted late. Doesn't get a chance yet, but next season should be his year. But let's get it going for, what is this, season 8 now? 7, 8, something like that. Well, speaking of that re-signing, James Robinson, man, we have to re-sign him, right? Durbin, that's not crazy money. Landry Grant, that's obviously, we're going to pay him, I think, a 6-year deal worth 44. Tremont Blackwell, that's a tough player to pass on. DT, 4-year, 37. Our money's not unlimited. It's not unlimited. We'll definitely let these guys go. Robinson. I think a guard is a lot tougher to get than a running back. We've already proven that physically just this last season. Durbin, linebacker. We've had some success at linebacker, but I think with Miles Jack going literally next season, I believe, I think we can afford to pay him. Shaquille Griffin would be a last-minute decision, but I just don't think he's really going to be built for it once the season's over. He might even retire at 34. And then Robinson, man, he has been so good. Potential Hall of Famer, like we mentioned. Having another really good season, maybe even his best yet. Man, this is tough. I think you pay him a 4-year deal, or do you tag him? Let's tag him. Let's tag him. Going to the wild card round, and we're back. We're back, 14-2. You can't deny Jacksonville forever. Well, for the bye week at least. Obviously, they haven't really denied us of much lately. Trevor Lawrence, another really good season as always. Robinson, played a little bit worse since we looked at his numbers, but still really, really good. Boyce crushed it. Chenault was decent. Brevin Jordan, the man should be superstar by now. We already forced one guy. I don't really want to do it again. Okay, hey, watch out. Barmore and Conway, look at this. Look at Allen. I mean, these numbers are insane for sacks. One of our better seasons ever. Interceptions, pretty modest numbers. Kicking, 8 for 9. He's definitely filling that role pretty nicely at kicker. Trevor Lawrence is either MVP or number 2 for MVP every single season. Offensive Rookie of the Year for Ramsey. Sure, man. If you say so. To be fair, I didn't look at his... Oh, God. His numbers. What are his numbers? Did he have decent... Yeah, 9 touchdowns. I mean, still shouldn't be winning MVP with that, or Rookie of the Year about that, but still, I mean, sure. Going against the Bengals. Can we get to the championship round? We can. Taking on New England. We might actually have to make it, honestly, with how good this team is, where we only go in if it's the Super Bowl, because obviously you have how many seasons we're doing here. But we'll see. The Patriots, huh? There's no way, right? Surely there's no way. Trey Lance is decent, but we're just OP. We're honestly just too damn good. Okay, I mean, take your time, I suppose. Offense, you want to, you got a whole half, I guess, to come back from 24 down. 27 down. 34 down. Yeah, that's what happens. The best team in the entire league will put up 7 points against the Patriots, huh? Nice, EA. Love it. So look at those numbers. Lawrence still won't throw a damn pick in the postseason. He's just not about that life. What a disaster. Good job, Sim. Love it. Because, the way worse team is definitely going to beat us, huh? Yeah, I think we are going to just sim to the Super Bowl, especially with how inconsistent Sim is. At least if we win in these sim games, we'll have a decent chance of winning the Super Bowl. There's just no way, man. The Patriots just aren't as good. They just simply aren't. They win the Super Bowl, though. So we do see James Robinson regresses a bit. Actually, a lot. 2 speed is actually massive for someone that isn't really that fast out the gate. We'll see what the tag number actually is. 13 mil. I don't know if we can actually afford that or not, but here comes the franchise tag. I don't want to lose him, so I'm going to do that. All right, so we have a couple of options. This Kenny Barber guy is really intriguing me, just because we were just talking about how Brevin Jordan hasn't gotten a dev up, and how long does one really have in the league at tight end if they're not going to get their damn dev up, especially for Madden? But we also have that sick-looking middle linebacker. We have a sick-looking safety. We might need that safety. Now we have a superstar, Shaun Wade. Is Shaun Wade only a star? If Shaun Wade is only star, which I'm pretty sure he is. Oh, he's an X Factor. Since when? Oh, since this season. I guess we're not taking safety. Maybe a linebacker. Because a tight end it's probably a little premature, to be honest. But how often are you going to see a good value tight end there that late? Brevin Jordan's 29. The regression shouldn't be that bad. You already regressed once, and it's not really affecting him too much. I think he could stay to 32. But I don't have any linemen or anything. I don't honestly know what to take here. I think we should trade down. Let's trade down to 15 in a second. So we get 45 this and 84 next year from the Ravens for our 7th round pick. And they take Poe, who I was going to take, or Poe. Blaylock. They mentioned him, and I couldn't find him. I wasn't really looking too hard, to be honest. But I suppose our pick will be Mr. Roderick Sherman. Looks pretty decent, fast. See what we can get. 71 overall, normal. Yeah, I mean, he's okay, but definitely nothing special. But we don't really, this is one of those gray area drafts where we don't really have a whole lot to take in general. Wide receiver Keith Parks, he's okay, but yeah, we'll take him actually. Keith Parks, script. 72 overall normal. That speed's a lot lower than I thought it was going to be. Excel, doesn't really help too much when your speed's only 90, but I guess he's our new number 3. Pretty rough draft. There's not really, there really wasn't much to work with anyways. We're going to take this stump guy. He's a mid-first. This could actually be a massive steal. And, it is a steal, but it's not a massive steal. I thought maybe we were going to actually land like some really high overall player. Super high strength, decent potentials with a mid-first talent grade. Not bad by any means for a late third, but definitely wasn't as good as I thought he was going to be. I suppose we'll take a safety after all. Will Gresham, 5'9", could play slot corner. I suppose if he was going to play anywhere, that's probably the best spot for him, but either way, nothing really. Yeah, it's a pretty bad draft. And all we did was add a third next year. Maybe we should have just went for a full first next. And the DT goes before the middle linebacker. 7th round DT, that guy must have been good. Either way, we'll take the linebacker. Eric Melvin, fast. And that's really all you get out of him. Just fast. We should have taken him. We should have taken him. I was debating it, and we should have taken him. What's that, Dev? Oh, no. Man, we sold on that for sure. We've been selling a little bit in the drafts in general, but yeah, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? Here's the tight end. Traits aren't really even that good. No hidden, so glad we passed on him, but we didn't really do much better anyways. All right, another season in the books. Here we are with a new squad. Offensive line is the same from last. Pretty much the entire offense is the same from last year, except for the wide receiver, and I believe the fullback is the same guy. He's just not very good. And then defensively, Grant moves down a corner, and he's actually a really solid overall at corner. Really good-looking player, actually. And what is his acrobat and chuck out? Not bad, actually. Looks pretty sick to me. Tribble starts as strong safety, and he's superstar already. So, yeah, the window, I wouldn't say there's a window, because with Lawrence, it seems like the window is always going to be open, but it's, I don't really see how you could beat this overall of a team. 96 overall still, and just still climbing, it seems. 29 years old for Trevor. Many, many years to go. Of course, lots of overalls to counteract the regression as well. So let's get her going. See if we can win another Super Bowl. We have some re-signings, and my boy here, Christopher Anthony. That's a 7-year deal coming right this way for him. Only $40 million to work with, and we're kind of running low on funds. Unfortunately, Miles Jack is going to have to leave. Unfortunately, he's regressing. The money isn't crazy high, but he's just got to go. Josh Allen is too good to let go, so we're going to be signing him to a 2-year $47. And then if we can afford Mario Roberts, which I don't know if we can, I'd like to give him a contract. Oh, man. We don't have the money. Nice. I think he's going to be gone. I'll be honest. I think he's going to be let go. Rose, I'll give him a 3-year deal. Can I just, pull the offer on him? Okay, never mind. Yeah, we were talking about that window thing. This is the window to do it because we're going to be quite a bit worse next season. Really, can I just pull it? Come on, man. Thank you for withdrawing. All right, here we are headed to the wild card round. And guess what? Another 14-2 season, another successful season, I'd like to say. Really, tons of wins in a row. Take a look at those stats. Trevor Lawrence just keeps outdoing himself. Robinson, a little bit less of a successful season, but still insane receiving. Brevin Jordan, look at the touchdowns. I changed nothing. I was ready to replace his backup, and he might still be replaced, because I don't know if that's good enough to get a dev up. It should be. With 19 touchdowns, he's been killing it. Hall of Fame tight end at this rate, pretty much. What is actually his number? His number has got to be pretty Hall of Fame worthy, right? How is that not a dev up season, by the way? This is why you guys can see with our Rams League, Howard doesn't get dev ups, because it's just the game be what it be. Obviously, we have even better seasons than what Mr. Brevin Jordan has put up, but still. As far as awards, about 4 or 5-1 there. And I think we are going to sim to the Super Bowl each time now, because it just takes so long. And it's a 50-50 whether you're going to win it if you go in or not, as we play the Ravens again. And we beat them this time. Back in the bowl. You can't deny that this team is at least performing insanely well. I'm sorry, dude. I'm doing it. I'm sorry. He should have had a dev up when he did that one season. 19 touchdowns. I don't even know if that would ever be broken. specifically by a tight end, like anytime soon. I mean, I don't know. I don't see it happening. Superstar dev, whatever. I don't care. And then Durbin, I think, was already an X Factor. No, he wasn't. Durbin just got to X Factor. Barmore, I believe, also just got to X Factor. He did. And then no one else got any dev ups because everyone's pretty much maxed out anyways. This has got to be a Super Bowl win, right? Like, there's just no way. 89 overall. It's cute. All right, going to the end of the game. Not a great, I mean, you got a touchdown, but missing an extra point. You just don't want to lose a Super Bowl that way. And, I mean, we're playing against a team that knows a lot about losing Super Bowls in an unfortunate way. I'm sorry, but, yep. All right, 24-20, 27-31. I mean, mathematically, you're looking at a field goal to tie it, if not for that missed extra point. 4th and 7, you run the ball. Remember the time we were like, you don't want to lose a Super Bowl that way? They literally just lost the Super Bowl that way. It would have been overtime if it wasn't for that missed extra point. Good job, kicker, man. I don't think we re-signed him either, so, yeah, that's going to be staying the same. All right, so we need multiple linebackers, not just one. We need multiple. This guy is 23 years old, so I'm kind of like, hey, could you get any younger there, pal? Which, okay, it's weird to say, but I still think he's probably the best available player. So Levi Caldwell it is, 74 overall normal, and I mean, I can't even tell who's a coverage or a pass rush like player anymore. Like, he's not coverage at all, but like they said, coverage style. I love EA. We traded a 4th this and a 5th next to move up to 10 to take the other linebacker, Dorian Jackson. Let's see what we get out of this guy. 74 overall as well. This guy, a little bit better in coverage. Seems like it might actually be a coverage guy, but he is on the slower side as well. So, I mean, our hands were tied. You probably could tell these are the linebackers. I mean, the middle linebackers just weren't good. We make this trade for 65 to take a pass rusher, which we pretty desperately need because our X Factor right end needs a contract. Josh Allen's probably going to be gone after this season. And, I mean, honestly, the contract... Oh, man. The guy that needs a contract might not even be able to be re-signed because, obviously, we can't afford everything. And what did I trade? I must have traded off our other pick. I did have that Lance Rudolph as one of my guys, but I didn't know if I was actually going to take him or not. O-lineman is very interesting. Running back, I think our guy is fine. Late second-round projection. Early first for that guy. That's hard to pass. Dean Batten. Lineman's probably a bigger need. He's young, so let's hope for the best. And yet again, normal dev. We got a wide receiver on the list. Late 7th. 69 overall. I mean, decently fast. This is another bad draft. What can I tell you? The drafts have been really... I'll be honest. The drafts have been really bad in general. I believe this is actually Season 10 we're in now as Mr. Lawrence is 30 years old. Of course, he looks like he goes to 44, 45 or something like that. But this is what the team looks like. It looks really good still. Obviously, we definitely have taken a hit, but it's still really good. We'll see how Ramsey plays. This is his 3rd year into the league. First year actually starting. I mean, has great ratings already. Just only star normal dev. Hopefully we can get him to star this season. Sherman is actually going to start over Mr. Jackson. No, it's not Jackson. I'm thinking of Caldwell because he's just not as good. He just simply isn't as good. And everything else pretty much stays the same. All right, so for re-signings, Henderson is a tough guy to let go, so I don't think we're going to. Brevin Jordan with that superstar dev, we will give him a 5-year deal. Be mad all you want. Okay. Be mad all you want. We gotta do it. We had to give him superstar. It was only fair. Conway, apparently we can actually afford him. I mean, he's played okay, so I'll give him the 6-year deal. Reed Weber, I mean... This guy's just absolutely insane. I guess star dev does matter in the end. Trey Madden, tackle, got to give him the money. 7-year deal. Linemen are too hard to find. We've known that the hard way or found that the hard way. Tribble, I mean, he's a good player, but safety isn't the hardest to replace. Taylor, I think that age has finally caught up to him. I think we got to let him go as well. Trammell, never really got a chance to start. We might re-sign him. He's only 24 after all. I mean, our guy Roberts, he was, he was one of those low overall free agents that we signed, and he worked his way up. A 4-year deal for Chenault, though. I don't know about that. I think I'm going to give a 2-year to Henderson. Shenault might be let go. Come on, fellas. Shenault we might tag or just straight up let go, I'll be honest. I re-signed Tribble in the end. He's a really good player. I gotta keep him. We have about 20 mil to work with. I just don't think Shenault... I mean, he's a great player. I just don't think Shenault is the guy we should pay. I think we're going to need that money in the end. So, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to let Shenault finally go. Or maybe we get crazy and tag him again. Or not again, but tag him like we did with many players in the past. And that's pretty much that. Let's move on. Playoff time again. This time, no bye week, as we are 11-5. Almost would have had it if we would have probably won that, had one more win, we probably would have had it, but still, that's fine. Trevor Lawrence, 8th in yardage. Touchdowns are number 1. Yikes with Ramsey. Boyce did pretty damn well. Jordan was decent. Shenault, lesser season. I mean, I don't know if it probably would help him or not, but he's probably like, hey, you're not going to pay me. I suppose I won't play well. We did re-sign Allen, didn't we? Or did we not? Or did he not? I don't remember, but that right end we drafted sure seems like it's a good pick. That was a waste right down the drain, isn't it? I mean, all the picks have been kind of bad lately anyways, as you guys have known. We win the first game. We win the second game. We lose this game, though. Okay, I'm a little surprised by that. We already beat them in the Week 17 match. But Miami's time to shine is here, apparently. Just kidding, they lose to the Panthers. Thanks for taking our spot and then losing. Nice. And ironically enough, I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. It happens in our Rams league as well. Somehow, some way, X Factor is easier to get than Superstar is for tight ends. I don't know what it is. It's just the way it is. You can't argue it. That's the way it goes. As far as dev-ups go, I don't think we had... How is Blackwell not dev'd up by now? How old is he now? 6 years in the league. I mean, he's developed because he's played so many years, but he could have been an absolute god. But, yeah, I mean, there's another season down. Not that it's a bad season by any means. I'm also curious as when we have to re-sign Trevor, which I'm assuming will be next season because I mentioned it. That's how it always goes. But these are the players we're going to have to replace. Right tackle, wide receiver, and I don't know if that was our wide receiver or our kicker or not, but if it is, I don't really care too much. But 10 mil to work with, yeah, we would have been really broke with Shenault. Everyone's like, I don't know, we want to pay you that much. Ed Oliver's still here, Ronnie Perkins. I mean, there's some pretty decent players here, I suppose, but doesn't really matter too much to us. We can't really afford anyone. All right, so we have pick 29, and our picks, there's a couple of decent-looking players. The biggest need we have, though, is probably wide receiver. The problem is there's not really any of the good wide receivers left. Nick Broyles might be the best because he's got potential to be an actual number 1, number 2 wide receiver. Childress, he's okay. Realistically, though, I mean, it's kind of tough. You got Nick Doolittle. He's 23. If he's normal, he's a bust. It's so hard to draft when you know offensive linemen are not worth the pick. It is so tough. I honestly have no idea what to take half the time. So, well, that guy, actually, I think this guy's going to be our choice. Lindley looks really talented. Just fast enough to play edge, most likely good enough to play DT. Maybe a little too weak, but overall, I mean, I think he's pretty good. You also have this guy, but he's a little too slow. He's 23 years old as well. Marcus Lindley's our choice. 74 overall normal. Ooh, that strength, though. What a weird player. Okay. So we trade 61 in Caldwell for 88 this year and 39 next year. We chose 88 this year because there was a safety, even though we don't really need safety. There's a safety that they mentioned was a really good player, but he dropped on the boards because of some character concerns or something along those lines. And I am about taking good players. Oh, did our wide receiver go? Leash. I forgot about him. TJ Fitzgerald, please be good. Hidden development. That's what I'm talking about. Can't really play corner. It's a little bit faster than I would have actually thought as well. So we'll evaluate our DB situation. It seems like it was a good choice. Yeah, we really haven't had that many hiddens lately. Once again, I will admit, these have been, I don't know how many times in a row we've had these bad draft classes. They've been very bad. We're going to take the wide receiver, Childress, 65 overall normal. Yeah, I don't know about that now. We are now going to take a fullback, Taylor Booth. 70 overall normal. It looks pretty damn good, better than the fullback we have. We're going to take a look at Fitzgerald, our only hidden development player of the class. Hoping for superstar better, because if not, I mean, I can't really say much. Only star, of course. Yeah, sure. I mean, you look at past where we were, there's literally no wide receivers taken because they're all just terrible, terrible players. We need a wide receiver, but there's just no talent. I mean, look at all the talent. All the way from there to here. This is probably the best receiver there, and, you know, he was normal. I didn't expect him to be halfway decent, you know. I mean, look at this. 2 wide receivers. Oh, this is where Broyles went. Really good traits. Definitely a developable player, but, you know, nothing insane. You know, I definitely would have taken him, but, like, I don't know. Just been really bad drafts. All right, year 11, the team gets worse and worse. Now we're starting to see some dramatic changes where number 2 wide receivers isn't that great. Ramsey... He's who he is. I'm not going to say anymore. DBs are obviously really solid, but Henderson's going to be gone soon enough. Allen, we're keeping him around as much as possible. Barmore's got to be getting up there, 31. I mean, the team it's still good enough, but we definitely need to find a wide receiver bad. Hey, Sherman goes up to a superstar. That's not super common. What a stud. All right, so we have about 50 mil to work with. Rayshawn Ramsey, on paper, is a solid running back, but how he's performing is going to dictate if we're going to keep him, and no thank you, pal. I guess you just have to go power back, and I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't. Looking at the other players, though, Barmore, definitely give him a 2-year deal. And then, honestly, I think you let everyone else go. Sean Wade's a great player and all, but... He's 31. He's 31, wanting a 4-year deal. If you would take a 2-year, I'd do it, but I'm not paying him a 4-year. I'm not. Maybe we tag him. I don't know. Josh Allen, you know, still really good, but I think after this season, he will either retire or just not be good enough to be starter anymore anyways. So, yeah, more OGs being let go. Gotta love it. Playoffs and a bye week. 13-3, good enough to get the bye week. I mean, I don't know why I'm even showing you guys this at this point. You guys know that Trevor Lawrence and his Jaguars team are absolutely goated. Super Bowl wins or not, I think he only has 2, which is criminally low. Super Bowl wins or not, Trevor Lawrence is potentially the greatest of all time already. How many Super Bowl wins did they actually show Super Bowl wins? Take a bit there to get there. Looking at the running stats, Rayshawn Ramsey just isn't that guy. Keith Parks. Okay, sure, man. Interesting numbers you got there. That's definitely star dev. Not that it probably matters. Sack totals, Allen still crushing it. Barmore, good enough. Not even good enough. Really good numbers. Conway, pretty solid. Interceptions, really bad. Kicking, this Faulkner guy we grabbed from free agency, really solid, actually. And then, we got it? No, we don't. Lawrence, like I said, though, either number 1 or number 2 for MVP for, I don't even know, like a decade at this rate. Oh, man, we won a couple awards in general. Speaking of in general, can we get a Super Bowl win again? I don't care how it is. Okay. But I don't care how it happens. I just want one in general. Just come on. Of course, Dolphins steal our spot again. This time they do not. Well, actually, no. Last season they didn't do anything with it either, as the Bears win the bowl versus the Ravens. And do we see any regression from Mr. Lawrence yet? I mean, the thing is, I wouldn't even be able to see it probably because he has freaking 16 upgrade points. Man, this is never going to end, is it? Parks, of course, goes up in dev. Boyce appears to actually have dropped in overall, but, you know, here you go. Back to the top. Gets an Excel for good measure. Fast as hell, good as hell. Looking at other players on the team, Sherman is now an X Factor. Unbelievable stuff. We have to pay him, don't we? Sweet. Love it. Allen, he's only an 87 overall, so like we said, Wade looks like he's regressing, but he's still really good. So if we can get a tag out of Wade, I'll do it. The funny part is he wants a 2-year 24, and we offered him a 2-year 25. So in theory, if we do want to keep him, we can. And he's going to test free agency. The tag is only 11. Welcome back. Josh Allen, we could keep him, but How much money do we have? I mean, we would just barely scrape by. I don't like having to barely scrape by. Sorry, that makes me sad. So we trade up to 18 with the Rams to grab a cornerback, or we will be grabbing a cornerback. We gave up 28 this, a third this, and a third next to do so. We still have pick 6 in the second round. There is a wide receiver that looks pretty decent. His name is Devon Calhoun, who looks, I mean, he looks really solid, but this corner looks like a can't-miss player, and that's exactly what we're going to draft. And he's a 77 overall hidden dev player. There was another guy that we let pass by. The other guy was a mid-first. This guy was a late-first. The other guy was also a 77 overall. I don't know who's better, but I figure, if the guy... Ooh, and Calhoun goes right there. If the guy was, worse projection for talent, yet he went a little bit earlier, that we should be able to land our guy. Speaking of land our guy, if Hobbs... Man, the way the running backs go, this guy's going to be gone, ain't he? Oh, another good corner. Jesus. How many good corners are there? As we are one pick away from a running back, and we do likely get him, assuming that's who we want. There's a left tackle, Pat Brown. I definitely want to take a look how good he is, but overall our pick should be this running back. We don't even have a running back on the roster that's even halfway decent. So Jacoby Hobbs, I've seen better, but we'll take him. And, oof, we really have seen better because... Well, I say that, but he's literally... Man, this is like a throwback here. So we moved on to 18. We also had a trade a 6th and a 7th. We did get a 4th out of it, though. Geo Springs is still there. The running back we got just... He really doesn't look that great. So I'm going to go Geo Springs. Yikes. I will say, though, this guy is a better-looking player. His injury and toughness is a little worse, though. So we'll see. We'll see. We're going to take another cornerback. The cornerback classes looked really solid, and this guy looked decent enough. He's okay. He's not great. I thought maybe we were going to make some insane play, but we didn't. I guess we're going to take a tackle in the 4th round, 69 overall normal. Not bad, but I mean, doesn't really change anything for us. And we have no one else left, so let's trade down a bit. Here's Xavier Miller, the corner we drafted, who's a hidden dev player. He is only star, but I mean, I'll take an only star. Doesn't really matter. Let's take a look at the corner that the Chargers took. Obviously, I think it was the Chargers. They had to take him a little bit higher, and he was normal. 23 years old. Really good, too, but obviously ours is better. Suck it. Let's take a look at Calhoun. Normal. Yeah, he's not really that great. I mean, we landed a really good corner, but, the drafts, once again, still kind of iffy. All right, headed on to, I believe, year 13, and I think he still has all his upgrades. No, it's year 12 only. We're going to be starting Mr. Springs here, because... I just think Springs has the most potential out of any of the players. He's 21. How old is Hobbs? 22. So, yeah, definitely more potential just out the gate, even if they were the same age. Receiving threats. We definitely need a new wide receiver, but Parks kind of came out of nowhere. We might have to re-sign him, which, I don't know, star dev, we'll see. Defensively, Sherman, how old is he? 24. I thought he was way older than that. I forgot we got to re-sign him if we can afford him. The team looks pretty good, obviously, with Miller. He will be a starter at some point. Actually, O'Neal probably deserves to be number 3. Miller will be the starter at some point, maybe even next year. I can't remember if we got a 1-year or 2-year on Henderson, but yeah, that's the team. Let's go on. And here's the moment. Trevor Lawrence needs that contract. I mean, he's probably going to be here for another 5 years, so I might as well just give him the 5-year now. Come on, man. I'm giving you more than you want. Henderson, we're going to let go. Wade, we're going to let go. Boyce is going to be a tag. Blackwell, we'll give him a 3-year deal. I don't know how long DTs last without star or better, but I guess we'll find out. Ruiz, we'll give him a 1-year, and hopefully that Sherman contract said 5 years, did it? It said 6. Okay, I will do that contract for a factoid. All right, not so bad. Not so bad. Not so great either, but not so bad. Keith Parks, we'll give him a 3-year deal. We can just about afford, everything we're planning on doing here. All right, as the seasons go on, the guarantees for the playoffs definitely... Jesus, you want to hurry up there? Come on now. The guarantees for the playoffs definitely go down, as we were 7-3 at the time. I suppose we lost 3, won 3. We kind of had like an iffy middle. No, it was right at the end. Never mind. I lied. I thought it was going to be an iffy middle, but apparently it was right at the end. Lawrence is still really good, but that is one of his worst seasons. Geo Springs, I don't know what it is with running backs. You just need to find like a god tier power back, and that's really all you can do. Dolphins, who have been our kryptonite, do not do it this time. Going against that division still, though, we win that one. Going against Baltimore, can we get back to the Super Bowl? We can. The Panthers have won a few now. Can we win it all? Can we do it? Let's see. 12-4, 10-6. Still the highest overall team, probably in the league. Come on, Trevor. Is this his third win he's going to attempt? Fourth? I can't remember. In Tampa. Let's make it count. Baker Mayfield, the quarterback in Carolina. Would assume he's probably an X factor, otherwise he would have been gone by now. 7-all. Halftime score of 10-7. Halftime score of 10-all. Huge start of the second half. Really good run for them, but they couldn't finish it. 20-10, 27-10. It's looking pretty good for Trevor and the crew. And they do it. Trevor Lawrence has won another Super Bowl. I know the podium is going to look different, but we've seen the freaking thing, right? We've seen it. Just let it go on. Baker Mayfield got crushed as Lawrence, as always, just cannot be stopped. I don't know what it is about Sim. It doesn't matter what the class is. Trevor Lawrence just crushes it. The name just crushes the game Sim. I don't know what it is. Maybe I need to start changing the names of all our quarterbacks to Trevor Lawrence, and then as soon as we get to week 17, I change it back, so then you guys don't know the difference. It's like, wow, that guy really is good. Like, I swear, at this rate, like, I don't know how to explain it. He's just so good in Sim. We've had quarterbacks just as good, if not better, than Trevor. I don't know if it's just the height and weight combo, or maybe the traits. I don't know, but the man, how old is he? 33. Oh, we not have Max Scrambler? It's going to be like, you can't upgrade. Oh, we can upgrade it. So did he actually regress there? Looks like he did actually regress a little bit. So it looks like it's going to be regression time now, but obviously still insane he is. As Parks gets to a superstar development trade, we signed him for a 3-year deal. Probably should have signed him for more, to be honest. And then defensively, I could not remember who has dev-ups and who doesn't. I don't know, dude. Of course, what our wide receiver, Boyce, we can probably just barely afford the tag. And that's what we're going to do. Obviously, we have struggled a bit at getting new wide receivers since the big three. And we're down to the last of that three. And need to hold on. Need to hold on as much as possible. Obviously, Parks looks all right, but outside of that, I don't know if I feel super great about a wide receiver. All right, so pass rusher is not our biggest need, but it is by far in this class, at this position at least, the best available choice. So I suppose Jelani Wynn will be our selection, and he's a super. I got to look at that bottom right. That bottom right means a ton, because it said early first. I noticed it right at the last second. Of course, he is only normal, but still, a 77 overall rookie is going to always be a win. I mean, I guess maybe if they're 24, but yeah, that's a win. We made a trade up. We do need linemen pretty badly. Linebacker looks pretty good here too, though. Trent Bailey, the speed of a god. But Ben Ross looks like the better, I wouldn't say the better player, because obviously he's probably going to be normal again, but you don't get great like lineman prospects in the third round or second round often, so we're going to go with Ben Ross, who once again is normal. Love it. All right, Danny Joseph, wide receiver. We're going to take him. Hope for the best. 69 overall, normal, aggressive catch. Okay, so this guy actually has a lot of potential because of that. Not the worst choice in the world, rather tall as well. We trade the remaining picks in our draft for the first pick in the 4th round because there's a DT that looks pretty good. Mr. Wilkinson, interesting name there. Pretty strong, mid-second talent, and not worth the pick. All right, here's the squad. We still have a pretty rough running back situation. Wide receiver spot is getting a little bit better. O-line is going to get really bad once Ruiz is gone after this year. Defensively, I think we have to pay. No, we paid Sherman, so we're fine there. Left end, the new guy, Win. Hopefully he gets things going. Barmore could be gone. Conway, I think, is going to be here for a while still. We do have some big names re-signed this year, though. That is for a fact. All right, here we are, the negotiations. Boyce would probably be another tag. I don't even know how the tag rules work. Like, are we forced to sign him one of these times, or like he can leave? I don't know how it works, but we get Weber back. Ruiz literally will retire, and even if he doesn't, we probably can replace him. Dean Batten. I mean, offensive line just has not been good for us, so I'm willing to take him, maybe even move him back down to guard. Dorian Jackson, Super slow, but not a bad overall. I mean, he's really just a run-stoppy type, but yeah, I said run-stoppy. We're going to re-sign him. Durbin is very, very good. But we're finally in good money for the first time ever. Like 20-some mil, 25 mil for Boyce on the tag, probably another like 14 plus here. We'd have like 30 mil left. I mean, I guess we could, but we could also just pay some players in free agency. I think we're going to let Durbin go. No, I'm not. Crap. If he accepts this, I'll keep him. Okay. You said it. It appears we're having ourselves a pretty good season, and we lose the final game. Surprisingly, we lose our bye week from it as well. Lawrence is back on top. You thought he was... I haven't changed the scheme at all. What is wrong with these running backs? This Parks is just crushing it. I don't even know what to tell you. Absolutely insane. Sherman with 8 sacks. Conway winning hardcore here. Of course, I also did pay Barmore for one final season. I mean, the team is just as good as it. I don't know what it is, but this team is easily the best rebuild team we've ever had. And I know the success hasn't necessarily always been there, but pretty decent, right? And I really could not care less. I mean, he should get this pretty easily, but I do not care. I really don't. We need a new running back. I don't know if we have to pay someone that's proven or what's the story. I mean, look at him. I know. Before the game, after the game, 3 weeks from now, he doesn't have what it takes. As we're back in the Super Bowl again against the Giants, we'll go in. Why not? We'll go in. We'll take a look again. 95 to 88 overall, Giants. All right, the end of the game. Yikes. 3-0, 7-3, 14-3, 17-3. A safety, really? We're giving up safeties. There was like a 9-point swing there. 24-12, 24-14. Was that 2 safeties? I gotta take a look at this. Of course, we win the Super Bowl. I mean, we've seen the thing. Trevor Lawrence is the greatest of all time. Oh, he finally threw some picks in the postseason, though. Hold up. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to take a look at. That's why I was running through so fast. I want to see defensively. There's no way they had 2 safeties, right? 2 safeties. Jeez. All right, let's take a look at how much money we have. So 19 mil. Oh, that's a lot for the tag. Well, I mean, we could afford Boyce straight up. A 3-year deal, though, at 33 is kind of iffy. So I'd rather give him... Well, I say that. I'm going to let him hit as well. We're going to see if we can re-sign them. If they don't want to re-sign, that's up to them. We finally have money for free agency, though, which is kind of fun. You never know. Maybe we find someone here that can help the team. 36 mil to fill a wide receiver, linebacker, and potentially a running back. Pat is still here at Superstar. Lamar Jackson's here at X Factor. Yeah, the group of players here isn't looking super hot. As Boyce is getting the offer. Durbin's getting the offer, but in fairness, the offer we gave him was probably better than this, right? 105, and we have the highest offer. If he wants to come back, he can come back. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I think it's Jalen Waddle time. So we can't get Durbin back. He decides not to re-sign. We get a backup free safety, and we get Waddle to play number 2 at this rate, because Parks is actually pretty damn good. All right, so we started the draft by trading down to 9. We ended up getting 2 extra 4th rounds. Kyle Green is going to be the choice. We had a corner in the first round, and nobody wanted to trade down with us. I believe the Seahawks ended up taking him. I don't even know. We have a wide receiver as well. He's 23. He's a physical type. I think we have to draft him. 23 is kind of like iffy, but it is what it is. I mean, we don't have much of a choice. Another really bad draft, but this one takes a cake. It is way worse than any of the other classes. I mean, even this guy, it's just so bad. We now trade up from 32 to 16, and we will be taking this wide receiver. I guess he's a deep threat. He's not even close to physical after all. And he's a 76 overall normal, aggressive catch, very fast. Yeah, he's a good wide receiver. All right, another wide receiver looks really solid, so we're going to take him as well. 70 overall. Yeah, pretty damn good. I mean, that's a good pick. And then with this pick, I think we're going to be taking a center again. So wide receiver, center, wide receiver, center this time. Rob Messina looks pretty decent, and he's not hidden. It's really all I can, that's really what you pick out of all these is they're not hidden players. Last pick of the draft, we're going to be taking a running back, Stephen Sutherland. And man, I don't understand why these overalls are so low. What's the reasoning here? Is there a reason I'm just not seeing? Is the awareness really low and you just can't see it from here? Or I don't even know, but Sure, I mean, he's a terrible receiving back, I suppose, but still decent. Will we start him? Probably not, but man, we really got to address running back. Like, it's bad. And the only player, actually, there was another player. There was a center. There was another center in the first round, wasn't it? What was it? Or was it left tackle? No, it was, I believe it was Wilkins was one of the guys we were looking at. Terrible. And then it was Schaffer. I'm telling you, these drafts have just been bad. Look at these overalls. That doesn't even count Dev. Obviously, this guy's going to be X Factor. That's how it works. But I don't know, dude. These drafts have just been non-stop bad since like year 4 or 5. But then again, maybe that's why we're such a good overall. We had really good drafts early on, and then these drafts are keeping us the highest overall in the league. But I believe we're headed to season 14 now. Of course, the squad just keeps looking more different as the years go on. Jalen Waddle is 34. We signed him to a 2-year deal. He's not as good as Boyce, but he's still pretty decent, obviously. And as far as our running back goes, Mr. Sidney Haskins, more of a power back type. Like I said, James Robinson-esque. Not even James Robinson-esque, pretty much like a clone of Robinson, but he actually has receiving ability, which is a little, well, I mean, it says he has receiving ability, right? Like, he has really good traits for it. It's a strange build, actually. Let me take a look again. Like, this is him after 7 years or 6 or 7 years. Look at, like, really decent catching, and then the rest is bad, but he's got aggressive and possession. I don't even know, but hopefully he can, revitalize this rushing attack. The defense, obviously, nowhere near what it used to be. Definitely a shell of what it used to be, but we just got to get better at drafting. And I don't know. We just got to have better drafts. That's really all I can tell you. All right, it's re-sign time. Barmore, I don't want him to go. Landry Grant, we could definitely get him on another year. And cornerback is easily our biggest issue. Well, not even easily the biggest issue, but it's one of our bigger issues right now. Considering where we've gone from, we've had great corners here for ages. The fact that TJ Fitzgerald wants that much money, I mean, we're going to have to let him go for that price. We just can't pay a guy that's only an 86 overall. I mean, it's not crazy money, but man, why do they got to make it so hard on me, right? Like, Lindley's going to be gone. Barmore, I don't know if we can keep him or not. TJ Fitzgerald, I think we got to let these guys go. I think we got to get a little, quote-unquote, risky and let some of our talent go to maybe get some free agents for once. Let's see. This is one of the shakiest, if not the shakiest seasons we've had, and we missed the playoffs at 8-8. Trevor Lawrence still really high numbers. Rushing, let's not talk about it. I mean, the yards per carry aren't terrible. I don't want to say change the scheme up, but maybe it's time to change the scheme up. Receiving was kind of strange this season. Blocking was, pretty average. Sack totals, Conway with 11, Blackwell with 7.5. I guess it's time to let Barmore go. I didn't re-sign him because he would have taken up pretty much all the cap. We are in a bad spot. I'm not really sure. I mean, we're not in a bad spot. But I'm not really sure why we're so broke. But I guess we'll find out. Looking at the award wins, I mean, did we have any? Was it one? Not even any. Not a good season. The bowl winner was the Dolphins. Do we have any dev-ups at all? Doesn't look like any dev-ups. Lawrence drops in overall or 2, technically. He's got some upgrades that he can use. I'm not going to use them, but I think the game's going to auto-upgrade them. Jackson, who's actually not super old, did get to star, which is nice. Defensively, outside of that, I think that was pretty much it, though. Okay, I mean, we're not in a great spot. Let's just put it that way. Barmore is a 94 overall. He definitely, a 1-year 15. Man, we are broke. We can't. We gotta let him go. We have other positions of need. Yeah, this rebuild's never gonna end. Mahomes is still here at 39. He's at 90 overall. Yeah, okay, dude. Marcus Lawrence. See, I mean, you could get Marcus Lawrence. Oh, we can get TJ back for like maybe 10% less. We also lost Oscar Neal, who, it'd be what it be. It's not that big of a deal, but still something. Oh, this guy could be one of those Roberts types for us. He actually looks better. Oh, I gotta pay him. I have to. I'm risking it. Look at this guy. This guy would be great for a user league. Absolutely insane. He'd actually be almost impossible to stop. But Madden, not so much. 5'9", 210. Started kind of old, but he's kind of beastly. We gave Fitzgerald a 5-year 40, which, saved about 10 mil. I don't know if it's necessarily 10%, but he saved ourselves some money. I think it's probably about 20% savings. Might still been an overpayment for us. It's kind of a reason nobody was signing him. Safety's not too hard to get. Spicer. Man, this guy, he's a late first. We have picked 12. Man, this draft, I'm telling you guys, you think I'm just like, oh, I'm trying to make excuses for how bad I'm drafting. The draft has just been terrible, dude. It's just so bad. Like, yeah, that guy looks pretty decent. Yeah, that guy looks pretty decent, 23, though. But, I mean, those are top 2 picks. These are top 5 picks, apparently. Like, how? This guy would be great to have, but he's an early first. I mean, this is so bad. Can we maybe get Nigel Harrington? Definitely be sick to have. O-line, I mean, we didn't have had a top 12 pick, like, never. So I do not want to blow it. But then again, who the hell do you draft? I might take a risk on Wallace. That guy does look very good, but, like, I mean, this is just awful. Like, this is the best player in the draft, but, like, I don't need a quarterback. Lawrence is, what, 35? That's, I mean, a little early, especially for how many upgrade points he has sitting around. Man, the worst draft in the world. Maybe we just try to give value to trade down, because there's just no one worth taking at 12 there. There just really isn't. All right, I don't... do we need a pass rusher? Like, we have our pass rusher, I know, and he's not that bad, actually, but we could potentially trade him. How old is he? He's 24, 2 years in the league. He's pretty decent, but, like, do I really want to trade back? Like, what can I get? I might try to make a trade, and if I can't get a decent pick out of it, I might just take this Faulkner guy, but why is he falling? You also have Stan Spicer, who is, you know, he is the Heisman winner, so in theory, if he is actually an X Factor, God, I hate this. If he is actually an X Factor, he could be better than the guy we might take there. We also have Maxwell Wallace, though, who looks pretty decent, actually. Late first, I'd maybe move down to 20. If he's there, we take him. If not, maybe we trade down again. I just don't want to sell anymore, okay? That's really the goal. We get 19 and 51. We got a little bit of value off of that, but maybe they'll take the outside linebacker and won't feel bad. And they do. I mean, I still feel bad, believe it or not. I still feel bad, just not in the traditional way. Maxwell Wallace is literally the last person here, but they do look very solid. Pass block should be really god tier. Strong, 22 years old. I'm just hoping for like a 75, 76 overall, even if they're normal, which, let's be honest, they will be. Let's do it. And, okay, the opposite of what I thought was going to happen, but I will take it. No shot I reached. A hidden lineman is automatically a top 5 pick as long as they're under 24. I think the Raiders are giving us an okay trade. We get a third off them next year. We move down to 57. I'm cool with it. Might actually be where we take that quarterback if he's still there. Sometimes these quarterbacks stick around till the third. I'm not sure why. They just do. Late third, don't need it now. Dakota Washington does look pretty solid, but we also have this other wide receiver. Is it this guy? Bobby Gardner, who has a higher talent grade and similar skills, and I think a slight bit faster, and you could take him way later. Might also take a chance on this Auble guy because he is an early first. Then again, he's stuck at center too. But I guess we're going to trade this down to the next round as well. We're going to take him. Clyde Conley, 73 overall normal. That is a very good pick. He is only normal though, so I would maybe evaluate him in a year or two at like a second round pick. But that's still, you know, a decently high second round pick to sit on the team as a solid backup is not that bad. We need corner. I'm going to take the risk. Denzel Bastion. I wish I didn't take the risk. He's good catching, and he's got some potential, but, man, he's not worth the pick. Let's go to the third. And I really want this running back. Oh, man, that running back is good. He is good, and we're struggling for running back. Early first talent grade. We don't really need a pass rusher. We do need a running back. I'm going to take him, Landry Mitchell. And it was worth it. 75 overall hidden. I had no clue that was going to happen. But that early first grade told me that he was probably going to be in the 70s at least. So I was all about it. If the center's there in the 4th round, like I said, I'm not going to go crazy for the center. But if he's there in the 4th round, I'll take him. But yeah, we actually landed some hiddens for once. Of course, it's going to be really sad to see that pass rusher. See him as like an X factor or something. But I'm still pretty happy. We got Maxwell Wallace, who, like I said, is stuck at center. Pretty much. I don't really see him playing any other role. He's just way too small. And, I mean, even though he's stuck there, he's a very good player. I'll take it. Landry Mitchell, of course, he's going to start no matter what. The last guy we had, he was okay, but he's too old, and he didn't revitalize the position. Please be a god. I mean, he's still pretty damn good. Star development trade, I'll take it, obviously. And I believe the Patriots had the pass rusher. Faulkner, I mean, he still is very good, but he was only normal, so it wouldn't have really added too much to us. I mean, both teams won, really. The amount of centers we have drafted is hilarious. I'm not going to say that our boy Christopher Anthony here is absolutely insane to play another position, but I mean, we kind of have to put him at like guard or something because at least he has a little bit of speed. He's got a little more size, not by much, but enough. And of course, he is already pretty damn talented. So, damn it. If anyone could freaking move over a different position last second, I'd say it's him. The magical number 15 on the board. You can see Trevor Lawrence's overalls are dropping a bit. I can't turn off auto upgrading. Well, to be fair, the upgrades have been pretty decent, but I can't turn off auto upgrading because I need the other guy's auto upgrade. I don't know. It's a tough one. I'm just going to let things ride. He should still last till 40, though, just based on the amount of upgrade points he's gotten. Waddle, 86 overall. He's done after this season. Curtis started off as such an old player, so I'm really not sure what his future holds. Of course, Mitchell will be the starting running back, obviously. Looking at the defensive side of things, we added McKee, but really we got even worse. And we did not make the playoffs last season, so things are telling me this is not a good thing for the future here. We have an interesting signing. Of course, Keith Parks is like, we have like no wide receivers. We got to keep him. 33. I think 34 for an X Factor is kind of the magic number, so I'll give him a 5-year deal. Brevin Jordan, that's got to be a tag. I cannot keep him for that long. Tribble, oh man, this is kind of rough seeing all these names here. Tremont Blackwell, give it to him because he's. I mean, I'm not going to give him a contract, but maybe I do. But you got to give it up to him for playing out as strong as he has, only as a normal dev. Jalen Waddle, obviously, let go. Jadarius Donnell, I mean, some of these guys I don't even know. These must be a lot of busts that we've taken, or that we've drafted. Like I said with Brevin Jordan, he's still really good, but I've seen guys retire as like a high 90 at tight end just because they're old. So I'll probably be tagging him because tight end's not going to really get that much money, I would imagine. And then Tribble, I think he can play through that contract. I don't know how many safeties you could pay, right? Man. And then Landry, he's actually kind of not looking too hot these days. I think Landry's going to be one of the guys we wait on. And then Weber, I think we keep him for one final year, and that's pretty much it, because you can see those ratings have dropped quite a bit. All right, here we are, heads to the playoffs, and somehow, someway, magically, after making the team worse, unless the running back was a big part, we somehow make it. We lost like the first 2 of 3, and we never looked back from there somehow. I don't get it. We had to have an amazing season off the running back. Really good season for Trevor Lawrence, MVP again, and I guess not. I guess it doesn't matter what happens. If you're not James Robinson, you're not going to do well around here. And look at the receiving season we had for pretty much everyone. Blocking was kind of meh. Sack totals, Conway has been crushing it. Win with a good season, that should be star. It has to be. Blackwell, maybe star. McKee, not bad for a rookie DT playing number 2. Miller could be up to superstar. I mean, this is a good season. It's definitely a good season. MVP, obviously. Player of the year as well. Man, this guy Lawrence, I don't even know how much he wins anymore for MVP. Like, do they even have XP for it? Because I'm pretty sure like it doesn't just go win a MVP or win a best this. It's like win your second, win your third. At this point, do you even does he even get much XP, if any? Let's see, goals. All right, so win 5 Super Bowls. So he must have won 4 so far then, right? Those are records. Yeah, he doesn't get anything anymore. He's won so many MVPs and best quarterback awards. They're just like, we can't give you any more XP, buddy. You've maxed out. And remember when I said high overalls? Should I not even talk to these guys, by the way? Like, it's probably too late now, but like, should I not just ignore them when they have that? Like, if I did that, would he have played another season? Did I sell? But I think we've done that before where we have talked to them and they still stick around. Of course, you know the drill. We're not going to look unless it's the Super Bowl. We've been to too many playoff games, and of course we lose. I'm not going to talk to him. I mean, I did it for the morale, but the morale's gone because the season's gone. I ain't talking to him. I'm just not doing it. Browns and the Buccaneers, super original teams. The Browns win, and I think that's Brevin. I can't tell. Brevin Jordan appears to still be here, right? It was Brevin Jordan that said he was going to, like, retire, right? My guy. I love you, man. Thanks for sticking around, dude. Of course, you do see that our... Wait. Hello. We did not get a dev up for win. Really? No dev up for win or Blackwell. I guess some players are just cucked for life. Superstar for Dorian. Don't know when he needs a contract, but I'm gonna actually put him at middle. I don't know. I don't really like Trammell, whatever. And if we get like a youngster, obviously playing the outside role is going to be a little bit easier and more higher of an overall for them out the gate. So I think that makes sense. Wide receiver is one of the, if not the biggest need at this point. Looking at defensively now, cornerbacks up there because I think we got to let Landry Grant go. He's just not looking great. Tribble, we might actually pay if he wants a 3-year instead. Regression was probably... regression's actually not that bad. And even though I know that he's not going to play till 38, it's probably going to be cheaper than the tag anyway. It would have been cheaper than the tag, but we got to tag him. I'm not letting Brevin Jordan go. I don't care what he thinks this is. Blackwell is... I know he played really well, but he is more of a like run stopper, even though he had a really good season pass rushing. So I'm going to let him go, and then maybe we can kind of do what we did with our free safety and just get him back for cheaper. Tribble wants a 3-year 39. I honestly think a low ball isn't going to help him at all. I mean, that's almost all guaranteed, right? Damn, he does. Well, we're losing some players, but we do have a lot of money to work with for once. It's probably been... This is the most money we've had since probably like season 1 or 2, really. Like 57 mil to work with to not re-sign, but get a couple of names. Maybe go all out on a wide receiver if they're young enough or decent looking. Looking at the offensive line, looks pretty damn good actually. So you can dev normals if you have like 175, 180 XP sliders. It'll just take you like half a decade or so. I'm actually half tempted to sign him because we do have to re-sign our left end soon. David Watson. They're like the same price. I guess to be fair, they're not too far off. Watson, he's hybrid, maybe corner. I mean, he probably could, but he's not really much better than what we could have had if we just re-signed our corner. Re-signings or signings. Bailey accepts, but that was expected. Damn, I was hoping to get a lucky little sneaky deal. I don't know why this guy's getting so many offers. I think it's just because like it is kind of a bad class, but I'm not paying that for a superstar. I don't care what his dev is at this rate. Steal! Oh, that's insane. We did bump it a little bit, but a 5-year 77 for a 95 overall is a win. We paid Tremont Blackwell the same 10 mil. I didn't change it, you know. I felt like it was fair. It was a 91-point offer. Matt Evans are going to take the risk. Please be good. And yeah, that's a good pick. 74 overall. He'll be a starter out the gate. That's a good player. I like that. Like 75 catching. That is a user's dream. Chamberlain to the Browns. So there's a couple of guys you can actually look at to see what we, kind of made a mistake on. I had no idea that the Heisman winning safety was going to be there at 15. Just no shot that I knew that was going to happen. And Creighton will be probably right about here. Antonio Gates. That guy's just like, the parent is just like, this guy's going to be a god football player. Let's just guarantee it. Let's just call him Antonio Gates. And like I said, maybe this is too much. Maybe it's not enough. I think it feels like it's too much. I don't care though. I'm happy with it. We get our stud-looking player. Not even just our player, our stud-looking player, Jordan Creighton. This guy's got to be a god. And he is a 76 overall god, 87 strength. That will be our new DT number 2 over the guy we drafted last season. Had an okay season. Maybe that guy will get another shot after Blackwell is gone. So first of all, I'd say Babineau's the better player, so we're going to take Babineau first. 76 overall, similar to that DT. DT to probably go up even higher, though. So, honestly, we just kind of pushed that one guy out of the door completely. And then the center, who can definitely, comparatively to the other guys, can definitely move around. So, hopefully, and of course, a normal development, 71 overall. I thought we were going to land ourselves some sort of steal there. Of course, we didn't. And Darren Hill is, I mean, we don't really need him, but he looks like a player you just can't pass on. We really need wide receiver, but this was by far the best looking player, and he's really just not doing it for me. Unless I'm forgetting something, I'm pretty sure we had all normal devs. Let's take a look at some of the guys you missed. That safety, if I would have known he was there, I probably would have made the play. 75 overall. I mean, when you hear Heisman, 21-year-old looks really great in general. You got to take the risk, and I would have. Superstar development trait would have been worth it as well. Our safety's not as, he's not that bad, but still, Tom Crane, that's not who I was looking at. Here's the tight end. And man, they really just don't want players to win. Very good traits, definitely usable, but as far as like non-playing goes, it's very hard to get those dev ups for tight end. And then here's Chamberlain, normal dev. I mean, we did about as well as you could. And then here's Darren Hill, the guy that looked really solid in the later portion of the draft. Definitely a good player, but I'm not really regretting it too much. All right, this is a bit of a risk because you don't know what their pick's going to be, and you don't know what our pick's going to be next year. So we could have literally just traded all of this for 64 in the second, and they get 65 in the third next, which would be literally one spot. But win Wilkinson and a third-round pick next year for a second-round pick from the Raiders this year, which we hope projects to be pretty decent. And look at the amount of like really bad like players around here. I'm gonna go with a veteran. I mean, they're all veterans to be fair, but I'm gonna go with the speedy veteran, Keyston Harriet. Interesting name, and we'll say, because now our number 2 cornerback is that overall. The one before would have been a 74. Not looking super great at corner, I'll be honest. Another year, another year. Oh, come on, man. Let me see this. The servers have been laggy as hell. I don't know if they're just doing an update or what's the story, but yeah, same team, couple things changed. Yeah, you seen the squad. Woohoo. All right, Conway wants a 3-year deal, and I think we can give him that. I think he, he's earned it for sure, but I think he will play out to that. Okay. I think he will play that out. Christopher Anthony, we can give him a 3-year deal. He's been a very solid lineman for us. Weber, I think, maybe he can play another year, but we'll see. Dean Batten, he's been a little bit of a surprise story for us. I'll give him a 4-year deal on normal dev. Blackwell, he'll be gone. Ben Ross, I think we'll give him a 5-year deal. I mean, let's be honest, we're going to end up re-signing him after that 5 years up anyways, but just in case. And then a bunch of other guys that we drafted and didn't work out for. But yeah, we just got to renegotiate Conway. Brevin, we'll find out. It might be a tag again because this time he might legitimately retire. We'll see. Hey, my boy Matt Evans, the rookie, start of Elementary. Let's go to the playoffs. And who is this? Okay, maybe Brevin's gone. Maybe he's not. We'll find out. He can't decide. Of course, we made the playoffs, but we did kind of have bit of a rough end there because we were undefeated at like 9-0, maybe even 10-0, and then we just lost a bunch in a row. Then we started winning again. As you can see here, we lost 3 in a row there. I mean, that's a little unfortunate, but we still have a pretty damn good season. Looking at those numbers, Trevor Lawrence is literally the GOAT. Haskins, maybe. Wait, why is Haskins playing so much? He technically played better than Mitchell, but I had Mitchell as the starter. I don't know. Maybe I forgot to, actually. Oh, yeah, I didn't get to change him because the freaking servers love it. Keith Park's still balling out. Curtis, we need a new wide receiver. We just haven't been able to find one. Brevin Jordan, I want to see his season or his total numbers. I probably should look at the other way, but he's had 5 seasons with 1,000. Look at how many years he's played. What a god. That's my dude. My boy. Of course, MVP. No shocker there. Man, this guy he sure is something, isn't he? He sure is something. Trevor's an absolute monster. Of course, we lost the first round last time. And we do it again. I'm not talking to him. I avoided talking to him after the loss last time, and it worked out. We're in the Super Bowl. Obviously, we aren't. The Chargers and the Lions. Winner of this one is the Lions. And it appears that Brevin's still here. No! He's retired! How could he? No way! He's gone! He left us! The bastard. I can't believe he left us. How? How does he think that that's okay? I don't get, who told him that was allowed. I'm trying to figure it out. I can't find out, who allowed that. But I suppose we have some more re-signings. Weber, I think he's good enough for one final year. He's like a Sam Cook or Sam Koch, however you want to pronounce him. Really, dude? Really? I think there is no one that we're going to be tagging, though, so I suppose we will just give him the tagging a punter. Gotta love that. 42 mil to work with to try to find a tight end. Tribble's back in free agency. That is a tight end, but he isn't. He's only... Oh, he is very good, actually. I mean, that does work out very well for us. Calhoun, superstar. See, like, this is what our guy could be if we sign that guy, but I just don't trust it, man. Like, how many years does he want? He wants a 5-year worth 55. I'm thinking more like a 5-year 42, if I'm going to be honest. That's not bad, though. He might take it. Because, like, that's a lot to ask for. Northcutt might be worth it. We've need a wide receiver. What is he, 26? He's only 5'8". Could be like Boyce, though, in the future. Good deep route. I don't like it. Oof, that sucks. We didn't get the tight end. There is a tight end in the class. However, there's also some wide receivers, a lot of them. Will Blade was the Heisman winner. There's so many different names. I don't know. This is the tight end. He looks really, really good. Late first, mid first talent. I think you got to take the risk on him now that we didn't get the tight end. I was going to just pull him off the list. If not, this guy looks insane, by the way. You have this guy and that guy. They're both early first. This one's definitely worse, but I think you got to play the old, keep going until one of them is gone trick so that you can, save as much capital as possible. But I think we might have to trade a lot to try and get both group of players. I don't know if this is fair, but we traded 24, a 5th, and a 6th for 20. It's pretty close of a draft pick. Maybe I should have given them a 4th instead. I don't know. They accepted it, so it is what it is. We do also have the choice of this wide receiver as well. He's more of a number 1 type, but I think overall we need the tight end the most because we just don't even have one. So I would just grab the tight end and then move. I think these are the 3. This guy's okay. I'm going to pull him off the list, though. It's one of these 3, with Russell, in my opinion, being the best. So realistically, we want to wait on those. And then Mr. Howard, I'm going to be honest, it's probably going to be normal dev, but we need a tight end. We're going to take him. And, he is hidden. That's a pretty big win. 88 speed, 91 excel. He's like Brevin Jordan, but maybe even better out the gate. That's pretty impressive. Patriots are definitely going to take a wide receiver here. Kendricks, Fitzgerald. Were those the names? Let's see the difference. 5'8". I think you want to just... you know what? I think they're going to go right here anyways. I'm going to trade up to the Browns. I have no idea what this is going to cost us, though. I think we got like a 4th round extra value on this, but I don't know. Maybe they didn't need anyone. I'm not sure. I'm just going to make that trade up. We're pretty much screwed for the rest of this draft. Mr. Taron Russell looks really solid. That deep route scares me a little bit, but very good catching. We got to hope for the best. And that, I don't know if that's the best, but I can't really ask for too much more. Look at how fast, aggressive catch. Of course, the injury and toughness really does suck, especially in a user league that would really suck. But for this, absolute stud. Insane. If that guy somehow is an X factor, that's the best wide receiver I've ever drafted. We almost drafted Tyreek Hill, which is near impossible to do. We also have Tony Tapp. We really need corner. They mentioned early first. But Tony Tapp, please be good. And not bad. 75 overall. Definitely was hoping for some sort of dev, but Combine Skipper 21, they mentioned him. They did mention what did they say? I don't actually have it written down. I usually type it down if it's a name. It takes 2.2 seconds to do, but yeah, obviously 24, we'd love to take a player. Jose Witherspoon, they mentioned, I think was a bad combine. This is the tight end we were going to take if we didn't get the other guy, which maybe would have been good. Probably not, though. Let's do as much as we can with this pick. And it's not looking like we're getting much out of this. 4th and a 7th, it seems to be the best we're going to get right now, so I guess we got to keep trying to make these types of moves to add as much as physically possible. Now we add a 7th for next year with a trade to the Dolphins. Hopefully we haven't traded to any teams that are actually in our division. I've tried to pay attention, but sometimes I forget. The Raiders were kind of a bad team before. Actually, no, they turned out pretty good. We actually got cucked on that trade. They were 56 or 60, so yeah, we got really cucked on the trade. I suppose we're just going to do this. Try to turn those 7s into a 6, maybe. And with that being said, I cannot wait until that quarterback's the MVP of the league next year. We just basically hand it to him. We only had 3 players in the entire draft. That doesn't seem super realistic. However, we're hoping for the best. We are hoping we can get some absolute studs. Come on, tight end man. Do it. Okay, star development trait, but what were his actual traits, speaking of? Did he have, like, aggressive and all that? Run out of the cat. Ooh, that's a bit of an L, but I don't think it matters too much for Sim. Taron Russell, aggressive. That's all he had was aggressive. No run after the catch. That is hilariously bad. But let's see what this man is up to with superstar dev. I think we have to take a look. I think it's only right. It's only fair that we take a look at the other wide receivers, right? Was there one all the way at number 3? Sell? Aggressive. If he had better traits, maybe, but he doesn't. Blade, he probably was hidden, right? Yeah, he's kind of slow, though. What else do we have? Burke, Josh Burke. That is a sell. What about this guy, Lenny Ware? If he had aggressive with those, maybe he's not that bad, but yeah, I don't really like it. Harold Kendricks, another normal development guy. Jeez, there's a lot of normal devs. Fitzgerald, another normal dev. Bad traits as well. Russell, here's the other guy we were thinking about going for. Another hidden. Why are the small guys always the best, though? And, like, they have aggressive just like a lot of the other guys. It doesn't make any sense. 5'8" with aggressive. Okay. And he is star, so we obviously took the best guy. It's like sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Like, those guys seem like the clear-cut, obvious best players. Eli Warner. Eli. The Giants got Eli back. That's the title. Clearly not. Oh, man. Let's see what that dev is. Star. Trevor Lawrence has some upgrade points that he could use if he had any left. Of course, he's still a damn baller, so it don't really matter. But these are his ratings. He's a 99 overall. He's 37. I really want to see this regression point. It's got to be massive after this year. Of course, this is what the team looks like. Offensive line is still intact pretty much. The team looks pretty decent. DT's not looking so great, though. I mean, our man Babanu has aged like 5 years just in his rookie year. Tap, obviously the number 2 corner, because, I mean, why not? He's the younger guy. He's the same overall, so he's younger with higher potential, and he's already better, basically. Speaking of the man himself, he wants a 1 year. I'm willing to just give him a 3 year. I think he'll be here for 3 more years, so 3 deal worth 1. Really? 20 mil per year for Trey Madden. We got to think about that. Dorian Jackson, I'll give him the 4-year deal. Why not? Nah, Madden we have to keep. Come on, everybody. Please. Trey Madden should be the only guy that's really mad because he's been here for a while and he hasn't really seen a whole lot of success with the team. Curtis apparently got to 99 speed. It's actually a little bit better than I thought. I might actually have to pay him. But it appears we have enough money. We just got to get these guys to actually accept. Into the wildcard round. Not that we're going to be playing it as we go 15-1. And Tony Tap gets the star. What a damn week. I'll tell you, what a hell of a week. 15-1 for the Jaguars. Stats, looking at them, not bad. Not bad at all. Mitchell, there you go. Your touchdowns are lacking a little bit. Russell could be an X factor already. Curtis, I'm not going to re-sign because obviously Russell looks to be the number 2 around here. Conway crushed it. Ellis, not bad. Interceptions, not terrible. Tony Tap was pretty decent. Let's be honest, another MVP, right? Trevor Lawrence, literally the greatest of all time. If he can win another Super Bowl or 2, that'd be really nice, but easily the greatest of all time. What's actually his legacy? So Urban Meyer, we're at the 17,699. What about him? Quarterback. Lawrence is actually catching up to Brady, and he's missing the Super Bowls. He's got 3 Super Bowls missing, and yet he's right there. He's right there. 43 yearly awards. Jesus, my guy. Relax yourself. And it's not going to matter because we're going to miss, aren't we? We win first time in actually kind of a while. And then we beat the Steelers. We're in the Super Bowl again. Let's go. We'll show you guys we didn't force any win. I mean, I don't really have a real horse in this race, especially after all of the success we've already had anyways. But here we are with Washington. Can the boy Trevor do it? It's been, I mean, how long has it been since we've actually been in a sim for a Super Bowl? Like 6-7 years? It's got to be a while. But here we are. We're doing it. Hard Rock Stadium. I wonder how many different Super Bowl stadiums they actually have because, like, I mean, they don't expect everyone to play like 10, 15, 20, 30 years, right? But here we are with, oof, not a great start for the team at all. We do come back with the touchdown, 7-10. We've definitely given them a lot of opportunities, so if we can just counter it, nice. It's got to be Russell, right? If you're going to go burning down the field, it's got to be Russell. 17-20. This is a little interesting one. You can't drive all the way down and not score. This is really rough to watch. Just seeing the team just choke these opportunities away makes me so sad. I mean, they will have one final opportunity. Damn, Trevor really sold in this Super Bowl, it appears. We lose the Super Bowl. Trevor sold hard with 2 interceptions. Mitchell was actually pretty damn good. Was Russell the one with the long one? It was, of course. No shocker there. The speed demon himself. Man, that was a hard one to lose. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, it wouldn't even surprise me if that first interception was right at the goal line, because they were at the goal line and then they just didn't score anything. Veteran leader, well, hello? Brevin, you're gone, pal. I think, okay, sure. Congrats, man. Congrats on the retirement. I wonder if it actually is going to say that he retired, even though he, like, obviously retired already. What? So Reed Weber actually went up in kick power, but he's lower in kick accuracy. I don't want to find a new punter. I just want him to stay forever. I would like to play for a new team. Yeah, for that tag, you can play for a new team. See you later, buddy. The real question is, how hard did Trevor Lawrence regress? Because he's 38 now. And he regressed, I mean, kind of a lot, to be fair. He regressed, was at 6 overalls? 5 overalls? Something around that range. Still decent, but he did lose a lot. They're like, you know what? We're sick of this guy. 5 throw power. Bye. 5 throw under pressure. 5 throw power. That's so harsh. Russell, though, who's an absolute god, gets double me with his Superstar X Factor dev up. 97 Excel, 98 speed. He's such a beast. And then defensively, Bailey gets to Superstar. Definitely a superb signing from us with him. Top getting to Superstar would have been clutch, but he doesn't. Miller, please, get to Superstar, buddy. As far as free agent signings go, I mean, we have 10 mil. There's not much we can do here. There's apparently a guy that played DB and wide receiver, Mr. McAllister. What I would love to see, even though it's a very rare thing in general, but they still have it in the game for some reason, I would love for them to actually give you the choice of where you want to play him. That would be actually so sick if they generated a wide receiver / corner with good vice versa stats, wouldn't it? That'd be so filthy. Of course, if he had high dev, I would pretty much always put him at corner, but still, Nash, they mentioned, had a bad combine. I'm not really seeing it. I mean, that doesn't seem terrible. Like, it might not be the best combine, but it's definitely not a bad combine, even though we're broke on picks anyways. But, yeah, I mean, maybe we take a stab at him. I don't see why we would. Mitchell, who probably needs a contract next season, is plenty of running back for us. Quarterback would be in the conversation, but my goal is to get Trevor Lawrence wins. So, you know, the only reason why... Ooh, another wide receiver. The only reason why we even drafted the quarterback because he was best available, and then we turned it into a second-round pick and all that, and I was just hoping that was what was going to happen for us. You know, we were going to make it, you know, a good decision overall, which it wasn't terrible. Of course, now there's a really good tight end. Not that our tight end's not bad, you know, great, but... Yeah, you don't have to pay as much for that guy. Not as much. And I would say O-line is probably, you know, one of the positions we should really focus on, but the way the drafts have been, it's just like no point. Like, we've risked it on linemen all the time, and we barely worked it out. Like, it's really been like 1 or 2 linemen out of like 15 years of drafting, a lot of them, that it's worked out. I think this would be a guy that would probably take a look at this draft. But realistically, you're just not... I mean, unless these guys are actually good, I just don't trust that. I don't know. It just doesn't seem good. Like, we have good... you know, combine / potential guys, and they're trash all the time, so why would I trust a guy that has neither? We trade a third next year and 31 for 22. I'm a little sad that we didn't get our cornerback. I will say, if this is a oh man, he's so hard to pass on. If this is a rebuild where I cared more than just about Lawrence, I would take that quarterback and protect the future, but I think, once again, the main goal is to get Lawrence as many Super Bowls and successes as possible. Anthony Phillips is going to be that choice for us. Anthony Phillips, similar to the guy that we just drafted, but only normal. He has aggressive catch as well. He looks really solid. I mean, these wide receivers, man, they're too OP. They got to fix that. They can't have the slot receivers just being the best by far. Because at the end of the day, you know, big wide receivers aren't really even the move in Madden anymore. They used to be, and they go for those jump ball guys, but now it's really just get the fastest possible, get separation and all that. And I think we're going to go for this center, Greg Short. I mean, it's going to be another normal dev, but I suppose we will we'll take that risk. So now we're down to a 5th round pick. Sweet. Love it. Greg Short, not worth it. Can't wait. 73 overall normal. Once again, by Madden's logic, that's not a bad pick, but by my logic of being sad by seeing that, yeah, okay. We'll take this random wide receiver, it's a running back, and he's hidden development. I don't think that's going to matter too much. How old is he, 22? I mean, it's better than not having hidden development, I suppose, as a backup running back. Interesting. 65 overall. I'd say in a user league, you don't care about dev too much running back unless they're going to be superstar or better. And then here we go with a punter that we will need in the future. Don't know if this guy because he's going to be good. Of course, you go for the guy that actually makes sense, good accuracy and all that, and he still sucks. And I said recently, I'm going to make it where no kicker or punter of mine is going to be under 90, but I literally never do. It's just too much work. Like you have to wait like 4.5 hours just for the edit menu to even pop. Draft recap. I think the only hidden was that running back, ironically. I want to take a look at that corner who I wanted more than the wide receiver, even though the wide receiver is great. We just need corner technically more. Justin Simmons, yeah. As expected, number 33 actually looks pretty good on him because he is kind of that Aaron Jonesy look type. Kind of iffy, maybe. And here's the corner, Frost. 76 overall. Definitely a good player, but, I mean, I suppose the guy we took was technically better. All right, here's the squad. The 38-year-old Trevor Lawrence now leading the helm. Still offensive line. We have like almost all 90s. I wonder what the league average actually is. Like if I look at all these positions, are we going to have a lot of the top guys or are a lot of the guys just really good? No, I mean, we actually have a really good team. I mean, look at some of these teams. You got a couple at 90s, but nothing insane, right? So quarterback, Lawrence is a top 5 still, despite the age. Running back, I mean, pretty fair stuff, right? I think our sliders for XP are pretty fine. I think fullbacks may be a little high, but, usually I'm used to doing only like 5 years, so you kind of need that higherness. Wide receiver, probably a little high too. Well, I mean, I say that, but I think that's kind of fair. Maybe a little too high, maybe drop a 10. Tight end, I think, is perfectly fine. Like, there's no insanely top dog guy right now. There's a lot of pretty fair numbers. I think the thing is, for these numbers, is there's going to be a lot of high average players, but there's not going to be many, like, low. So I think for the top tier players, it's a fine number, but there is a lot of, like, really good average players, which shouldn't be that case, but you can't have it both ways. I mean, looking at tackle, the XP seems like it should be higher. I mean, we do actually have like some of the best players at each position. We have the second best left guard, second best left tackle, number 1 center, second best right guard, number 4 right tackle. So, I mean, it seems fair. We have the number 1 left end, number 3 right end. I mean, we have a very good team. DT, let's not talk about. We have a very good team. I mean, I think maybe the right outside linebacker. Okay, yeah, we may have to drop outside linebacker. But everything looks pretty good. I'll show you guys our XP sliders. This is what we rocked for the entirety of this thing. That's gameplay sliders. It doesn't matter. I don't change those for rebuilds because not a whole lot of gameplay going on. These are the sliders we rocked. And, I mean, I think they're pretty good. Maybe drop the outside linebacker by 4. If you're going this long, maybe drop this to 200. Wide receiver, maybe drop to 144. I mean, I think that's pretty good, though. I like it. Actually, I want to take a look at the league kicker punters because that might actually be pretty damn high. We got some names here. We got some names. Maxwell, obviously. Oh, obviously my anus. We're broke. Oh, damn. We broke. Well, to be fair, we can afford him, but we'll have to lose Landry Mitchell. Man, that's tough, but you gotta pay a superstar, right? Damn, maybe we go for like the cheeky little tag for Mitchell. I don't know. Like we'll go negative. We've done it before. Why not? This is going to be an interesting one. Playoffs time, and we have another bye week at 14-2. Loving those numbers. I mean, I will say Mitchell's numbers are kind of bad. Russell looking like a god, though. Howard, meh. Phillips didn't really get much of a chance, The other guys kind of took it all. Looking at the numbers on defense, Ellis showing up big time. That's got to be X Factor, right? Conway still pretty damn good numbers. Conway, I mean, he hasn't had that great of a season. We'd love to see Josh Allen's numbers before he was done, but look at Trevor Lawrence, though. Holy 800 touchdowns. Jesus. That's insane. Keith Parks, pretty damn good stuff. Let's take a look at those sack numbers. 147.5. I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. Pick totals you don't want to talk about. Trevor Lawrence MVP. Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord. This guy is, he's a loon. He's a nut. Is this back-to-back Super Bowls we're attempting to go for here? All right, we beat that team going against the Jets, same division. We beat them as well. You know what? We're going to sim this one as well. I have no doubt they're going to win anyways. And they do. Nice, 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 nice. So another Super Bowl for the Jaguars. I just think that, you know, we've went into too many games. Third exact score, okay. But I think we went into way too many games. This is going to be a long rebuild, and it's going to be sucky. I might not even be able to upload it today because, well, one, I'm going to barely get the damn thing finished, and two, I'm going to barely get... did Mitchell just go to Superstar? There's no way. Superstar, what, for the touchdowns? Oh, man. Wait, how high of overall? Whoa, Howard's a little bit of a high overall. Maybe the XP is too? I don't get it, though. We looked at the other... I don't know. We looked at the other numbers, and they didn't really... The other guys didn't really seem too high. Got a lot of dev-ups, though. A lot of dev-ups. Ellis gets a dev-up. How old is... I didn't even show it. How old is Fitzgerald? 29? I thought he would have been way older than that. But okay, I mean, we're going to be broke as hell. Wrong thing. We're going to be broke as hell, but maybe we still try to sneak a tag in there. I think you can. It's just, you know, we're so negative. We can't even offer, actually. Huh, can you not, if you're too broke, can you not offer at all? Like, you can't even do the, if I withdraw offer, okay, I mean, we weren't going to get there anyways. That kind of sucks. We lose our running back. Not that he's, like, great, I guess. He's okay, but finally got to Superstar. Ooh, Lawrence down to a 90 overall now, 39 years old. It didn't really regress as hard as the previous season, though. He's still going strong. Negative 10 mil. Is there anything we could do to fix that? Probably not, right? So Conway is going to be gone after this. So, I mean, after this season, we'll be fine. It's just during the season, we kind of broke. All right, so our player was gone. We traded from 32 down to 7 to gain a fourth. Then we went from 7 to 50, whatever, I don't know, like 18, gained a third. And now we're here at 18 in the second round. So we're going to be taking Tyler Burnett to potentially replace Sherman. Looks like a stud. And he is a stud. 73 overall. Coverage, my anus. 40 zone coverage. How is that coverage? Maybe we put him at pass rush because Conway's going to be gone. I'm not sure what we're going to do with him, but obviously seems to be a win. We also have some other players. This guy skipped the combine. He said he should have been at the combine, but rules are rules. I don't know what that's supposed to mean here. Larry Butler might be worth taking. Don't really need this linebacker anymore, so Larry Butler might be my go-to guy, as we don't really have much more to go with. So I think we're actually going to trade up to 19 here with the Bengals just to grab a player. I hate trading up for linemen, especially in Madden. I don't know what that means, especially in Madden. I think that's the only place I would trade up for. I don't know. But Larry Butler, see it, 72 overall normal. I mean, it's just day in and day out with these guys. You just never win. All right, 32nd in the third round. We do have Wyrick. We do potentially need to replace safety soon. We also don't have a starting running back, but I think Wyrick has the higher potential, so that's who we're going to take. And I was wrong. He is not good at all. Now we're going to go to 7, where our running back's going to be gone, and I'm going to be sad. As expected, taking the best available player, the tight end Pickens, and he's hidden development trade. I'm not going to get too excited about it because he's really just a backup. We're going to take a fullback late 6th. We finally got a freaking young one, but, you know, he's not very good. And then we land a 7th next year for our 7th. I mean, the only guy... Oh, we have another? Oh, it wasn't even 4 next year. It was this year. I mean, no, it was this. I'm pretty sure that we just had an extra because I definitely got rid of it for a Raiders 7th. Definitely not worth the trade, really, but... You know, we're trying to save as much money as possible. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but... Oh, no, we had 2 hiddens. We had Burnett as well. I was just going to look at the tight end, but we had this guy as well. I also want to see this DN who looked absolutely freakly. Star dev, nothing, you know, super crazy here. Tight end, I would expect another star, but we did land... What was it? We landed some superstar. Was it the safety? I think it was a safety. Tribble? I don't even know. Oh, God, he's number 48. That's bad. And then looking at the guy we missed, was this guy. Really fast player at 6'5", 312. Blazing. But yeah, not too mad that we missed him. Oh yeah, I forgot we have Justice Clemens, actually. He'll be the starter, I suppose. But we need some backups, which we probably can't even afford. We trade Sherman off for pick 31. We are actually just so broke. We can't even sign backups. And even after we cleared a 10 mil contract off the team, we still could probably barely afford anyone. 3 mil! We could barely even afford backups. We got to get the worst of the worst. But hey, guess what? We still making it, baby. We still making it, baby. Don't even worry. All right, the running back position definitely takes a bit of a hit here, I can admit. The offense is going to... I mean, the offensive line's probably going to take a hit after this re-sign period because we are about to be broke as a joke. But we're trying to keep it together for the last couple of seasons. Obviously, Lawrence is still a god no matter what happens at the end of this, but we'll see how gracefully my man's goes out. All right, so Conway would probably be let go anyways. Oh, we got some money. What are you worried about? So safety, I'm going to let go. Trey Madden, tackles are just not easy to come by. We've seen that. Offensive line is just what we got to focus on every time we get a chance. Christopher Anthony, though, I have seen those players leave. Man, we're about to have no safeties after this, but like we are so broke. What are we supposed to do? Babineau, no shot. He gets that. Creighton, I think we give the contract to. I mean, it's about the same as Babineau, but he's obviously a lot better and younger. I don't know. We re-signed him. We're going to be losing some players. Not really much we can do about it, though. All right, we're back in the playoffs. We're only 12-4, though, and we are going to be losing a decent bit of players this season. We re-signed Conway. Clemens is not the guy. I think we got to stop going for so many wide receivers, but then again, Trevor Lawrence has crushed it with those guys. Conway, I'm glad we re-signed him. Ellis has been a huge contract signing that we had. Of course, Babineau now decides to show up after he's going to be let go. Yearly awards, definitely not this time, but once again, if he's not MVP, he's at least number 2. Unbelievable, this guy, I tell you. Headed to the divisional round, 8-8 Raiders. They really don't deserve it, and of course, they do not get the win. Going against the Dolphins here, we lose. No. That kind of sucks. Oh, well. We've had a lot of success still. Going against the Vikings are the Dolphins, and they waste our spot as usual. Overall is really declining here. He retired. What? He just abruptly retired. He was like he was still a 90 overall. He didn't drop to superstar or star. He just went. No way. I'm actually shocked. I'm actually shooketh. Of course, we could still look at his stuff, I would assume, because, you can't. You can't see that and be like, I'm going to retire right before Brady. Come on, man. 42,193 legacy score with 5 Super Bowls, 8 championships, which is not too much below Brady. 46 yearly awards, absolutely nutso mode. We'll obviously now take a look at his career stat. I mean, I guess good time to dip because this was, we were done. You can't look at it there. Obviously, he retired, but obviously with this, barely over Brady, which is just nuts, unbelievable stuff. 90,636 yards, passing touchdowns, miles above anyone else. If that ever happened, you would never catch him. 830 is just never going to happen unless they advance the league to like 20 games a season or something ridiculous. 830. I don't think we're going to see anything else here, though. But we'll take a look at some of the other numbers. Josh Jacobs retires 151 yards short of Emmett. McCaffrey about 1,000 behind him. Chubb a couple hundred behind Peyton. Zeke a couple hundred behind him. Frank Gore, that's actually like pretty much real life. Interesting stuff. Crazy, though. I can't believe he just abruptly retired. He clearly had more years in him. He retired at what, 40? Come on, Lawrence. He had more time than that. Unbelievable. He really just went. My man's really just said, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm retiring. That is insane. I mean, this took me a long time to record, so in a way I'm like, hallelujah. But at the same time, I wanted to see the man hit 100,000 yards. I wanted to see the man hit 1,000 touchdowns. He was easily on par for that as well. He retired at, 90,000 yards? should have easily crushed those numbers. Maybe not touchdowns. 1,000 touchdowns would have been a little tough to ask for, but pretty close to. Damn, well, that was the Trevor Lawrence Jacksonville Jaguars, I suppose, 20-year rebuild. Depending on how like the video performance does, you may see a video or title, video slash, what is it called? The title slash thumbnail change. But we'll see, and I'm not really sure what I want to title it or thumbnail it, so it's kind of like iffy. But maybe it'll be a combo. Maybe the thumbnail will be 20-year rebuild, and then the title will be until he retires. I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, I had a lot of fun at times, but I got to remember, whenever I'm doing these, I can't bulk record these. At most, I can do like a 3-hour recording of this. Otherwise, it dries up very fast. But obviously, it was it was a blast. If you guys enjoyed this and you want to see more 20-year, 15-year, 10-year, even a 30-year rebuild, show some love. Give me some likes here. Damn it. Maybe we'll do another one of maybe like the Niners or something in the future. But I'd like to see a lot. I'd like to see a lot of likes and support on this because, of course, these take longer than normal. And, yeah, I don't want to go through this pain and suffering if you guys are like, meh. Of course, we will have a stream after the draft. I know some of you guys are like, could you stream for the draft? And I was like, maybe. But I'll be honest, with my lack of knowledge of in-depth scouting, I just don't think it would be a great experience. And I kind of want to just chill while watching the draft, maybe do some editing, and wait for the Packers pick. Because unless there's some crazy trades, something crazy happens, you'll probably hear some, like I said before, you'll probably see a video of me reacting to the Packers draft pick and then probably talking about some other draft picks in between. Maybe we even do a video on Trevor Lawrence because, you know, the front number 1 overall pick gets a little bit of clicks. I'm going to be honest, you know, I'm just saying. Anyways, though, if you guys enjoyed this and you enjoy these types of videos, like I said, any video ever, this is the one to leave a like on. Maybe subscribe if you're new. Definitely leave a comment about if you want to see one of these in the future for whatever team. Obviously, the draft will be later today, so, you know, maybe there's a team that you like the Panthers somehow get one of the quarterbacks, or maybe the Bears move all the way up to 5, which would be insane. But I mean, if you're Chicago at this point, you gotta risk it. Maybe this is the year. Maybe this is the year with the amount of talent at quarterback. Maybe this is the year the Bears risk it all. I don't know. Leave me, you know, a comment about it. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PKR Plays, and then twitch.tv/Jeromepkr. Like I said, after the draft will be live, what time is that? Is that going to be 10? So like maybe like 10:15 or so, something like that. I can't remember. Usually the draft goes about 3 hours, but sometimes 3.5. We'll see, though. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you come back for next video. But until next video,